EDM bar in Baltimore when I saw a figure staggering out of the bathroom. It was Nancy Pelosi. As she made her way down the hallway, she slipped on some vomit and smashed the vodka bottle she was holding.
Oh, shit.
I went over and helped her up and told her I had a bottle of Grey Goose back at my condo, and she eagerly accepted my invitation for a nightcap. I told the driver to step on it. I had a live one.
Come on, dude, she's holding.
And we were back at my place in no time. Once back at my place, I poured her a triple shot of Grey Goose. She downed it like a sailor, and I whispered in her miracle ear that I wanted to make love to her. She said that she and Chuck Schumer had just finished using the articles of impeachment to snort up some celebratory blow that we'd have to screw later. She said she wanted to get wasted and make prank phone calls to Mitch McConnell. But first, she took a big swig of vodka right from the bottle. She then proceeded to blow up an inflatable Ivanka Trump doll, and then defecate in a MAGA hat in a performance art piece entitled Two Girls, One Cap. She was gourded out of her mind. I asked her what she was on, and she handed me a hit of PCP. Then she whispered in my ear,
You ever hated America? On angel dust?
I took the hit of PCP, and soon I blacked out. We hit the road. We stopped to pick up a hitchhiker. He was wearing a red, white, and blue coat and a white beard. He was Uncle Sam. Nancy invited him to her place, and he said, cool. I don't have anywhere to go.
I have $23 trillion in debt.
That's about the time Nancy chloroformed me.
Shut the fuck up, old man.
She told me to hightail it back to her place, while she took upskirt photos and sent them to the Ayatollah. I faded in and out of consciousness. One minute we were helping illegal immigrants dig a tunnel under the border. The next, we were assisting Rachel Maddow in giving Meghan McCain a partial birth abortion. I vaguely remember Nancy shoving a pill in my mouth and saying,
Chinese Adderall. It'll put some pep in your step.
The next thing I knew, I woke up in the basement, right next to Joe Biden, who was giving Greta Thunberg a back massage.
How dare
I stumbled to the bathroom, and there was Nancy Pelosi giving Uncle Sam a golden shower, while Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren fingered each other and watched.
This is pretty hard.
I was overcome with desire. I grabbed Nancy's hair and said,
I declare a fatwa on your filthy American vagina.
She immediately dropped her ISIS panties and began to take off her hijab. I said, no, leave it on. I mounted her and cried death to America with every stroke. Her large fake boobs, paid for with your tax dollars, jiggled up and down and up and down. This went on for what seemed like hours. She was not an easy woman to satisfy, and it wasn't until I ripped up the final page of the U.S. Constitution that she finally climaxed.
Impeachment is fire.
The last thing I remember was turning down a free mustache ride from John Bolton. I woke up 3 days later with a text on my phone from Nancy Pelosi. It was a picture of me with Adam Schiff's balls on my forehead. Oh yeah, she took my guns too. Once, there was a solitary creature who society had turned its back on, cast him away, not knowing that one day, one dark day, he would return. He was a lone wolf. He was the lone wolf. He was the lone wolf. Lone wolf. Crossing the plains in cold winter snow, no one will have you nowhere to go. Up on the ridge you stare at the sky, just you and your shadow to hear your lone cry. Where do you run to? Where do you run to? Where do you run to now? No one to trust and nowhere to turn. Your only friend's weed and it's time to burn. It's all okay now that you're high. You're tripping balls, you think you can fly. Where do you run to? Where
tracks and take a dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow.
Sometimes you creep back and look at the town. Silently moving, you don't make a sound. Off in the distance, a cry in the night. A stranger, a young girl, the flash of a knife.
You race to help, yes, the stranger you face. The lone wolf is too strong, the man runs away. You kneel by the girl, brush the hair from her face. She isn't breathing, the wolf was too late. Where do you run to? Where do you run to? Where do you run to now? You shout to the heavens, her blood on your hands. The townspeople come, they cry, kill the wolf man. Dragged to the cliff and thrown down to your grave. Killed for the young girl that you tried to save.
He was alone.
Crossing the plains in cold winter snow.
He was alone.
No one will have you nowhere to go.
He was alone.
Up on the ridge you stare at the sky. Just you and your shadow to hear your lone cry. You cross the tracks and take a dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow. You cross the tracks and take a big dump in the moonlit snow.
All alone, the lone wolf cries. The lone wolf cries. We got Corona, but we also got Tom Brady.
Goodbye, Jameis, my old friend. Don't let the door hit your rear end. When you threw the ball, we stopped breathing. The defensive backs you were feeding. The frustration of 5 whole years down the drain. Fill me with rage. Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Please welcome Tom to his new home. At the top he stands alone. No more Jameis throwing to the wrong man. Tom's got 6 rings, he's a Superman. He rides into town with a smile that is so damn bright. He's our white knight. Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Next year the Bucks will probably draw 1 million people, maybe more. Did I mention Brady's got 6 rings? See his face and hear the angels sing. Watch him throwing bombs with touch that is so rare. Please cue Ric Flair. Woo! Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Woo! Jameis said I'm out the door. He said Tampa you will eat crow. I'll come back and I will beat you. Maybe I will steal some crab legs too. Then he ate a W, what the hell?
That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
We're saying farewell to Jameis. Woo! And the fans say fucking A. Woo! Let's pick 6s in Tampa Bay. Woo! Jameis says I give you fair warning. I will win a Super Bowl trophy. And Tom Brady said, I can't hear you, Jameis. Giselle's popping on my fucking knob. Just do your job. I'm thankful we've got Tom, not Jameis.
Suck our dicks! Yeah! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks!
Good morning, clusterfuckers. Rise and shine.
Rise and shine. You awake? Rise and shine. I believe the people are waking up from sleeping long enough from the spell we are under. I woke up to the morning thunder. Finally awake from our slumber. To the spell we are under. I woke up to the morning thunder. I woke up to the morning thunder. I pulled these shades up off my eyes, and find out what they've been selling us is not as they advertise. If like me you feel like we've been dreaming most our lives, it's time to rise and shine. It's time to rise and shine. I seen the lightning strike, and I heard the thunder.
What's up, 25's big ass nose?
Don't try and tell me it's not raining still. When I seen
Romana 3, 19 Michaela, Snuffman, homie with the big baloney. Twisted Sis, Dirty Moonshine Panties, Sean Rams, Bubba's Rattler, Pimp Daddy Smooth, another lawsuit waiting, AJ the Lingerer. What's up, Uncut Meaty Mandingo? Draclonus, getting wordy with it. Jack Cancer Jones, Ginger Chicken Ohio, Twisted Sis, Long Dong, Silverfish, McCulligan, what's up? Brent's Nevada Landy. All I gotta say is, what a waste of a front page. What a waste of a front page. Such a front page of dog shit. Dope Rider, what's up? 420 bits from Dope Rider. Appreciate it.
Don't tell me it's not raining. I believe the people are waking.
Sidewinder just subscribed.
Sleeping long enough from the spell we are under. I woke up to the morning thunder. Finally awake from our slumber. To the spell we are under. I woke up.
So we'll let this ride out for another 30 seconds.
I woke up to the morning thunder. I believe the people are waking up from sleeping.
What's up, City East Hood? East Hood.
I woke up to the morning thunder. Finally awake from our slumber. To the spell we are under. I woke up to the morning thunder.
Hello.
I woke up to the morning thunder. I woke up to the morning thunder. I woke up to the morning thunder. I woke up to the morning thunder.
Hello.
Tracy's mic on.
Yes, it is. I agree with getting wordy with it. What's on the front page? Front page of Twitch. Oh, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Here's the one I want. Here we go.
Make him sit outside. He's Corona Trace. Give him fucking space. Cause he's Corona Trace.
So Tracy's got his own deal now. Actually, I should put... that wants to play really bad. I need to put the camera on Trace.
I just did.
Exclusively on the... What, is that the horse cam? There we go. That's Trace's setup right there.
You guys have taken it too far.
It's not even... We're not taking it far enough. I don't... Yeah, you know, there's probably millions of people walking around with the virus, so I'm just, you know... So you probably infected, so you're going to stay away because you don't take precautions.
I mean, I've been staying home somewhat.
Somewhat.
That's the key.
Somewhat.
Which really gets me thinking, too, like, people need to stay home more, just in general, and fucking chill, man. It's awesome.
I think they said people might realize
Right? Like
things might change. The way people, they may go right back to whatever they used to do,
And they probably will,
but
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of them will just be bored. But I don't know. Maybe more of them will get up, quit playing games and stuff all day on their phones.
I mean, I gotta go outside and with the dogs sometimes, and I just sit in the chair and I look up at the sky, and I was like, it makes you relaxes you, and makes you feel like all this stuff is really insignificant in the grand scheme of things, and it they say being outside, you got to be outside, or else you're depressed. It has a great effect on me. I love being outside. I can't stand it if I can't go outside. What's Corona? Is he killing mosquitoes?
He's not on the mic. He's no.
Oh, is it not working? What happened? We got a bug already. Let's see. Oh, wait.
How?
I think I turned him down.
Oh.
Are you there?
Why'd you turn me down?
Because I'm used to you on mic 2. So I was getting rid of the extra mic that was on, but actually that's mic 2 now. Okay, now we got it. Sorry about that, buddy. Hey, it's the first day with the Corona Trace Cam, so we gotta break it in.
I like him out there.
I like him a lot out there.
Except
and then like if being a dick, I just turn down his mic
and
shut the curtains.
Shut the fucking curtains. That's solid gold. And then we can taunt him from inside here, flip him off. So you haven't worked for how many? Like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, it's great. I've been getting my tan on like a motherfucker.
That's good. Sun's good for you. Healthy.
Oh, I feel healthier just from being in the sun all day. I was like the pastiest I've ever been.
I'm gonna go lay out in the sun. I already did. I laid out in the sun a half hour a couple days ago, and I'm gonna do it again today. I'm gonna let the sun destroy any corona that is within me.
Got a 9-foot umbrella yesterday, 9x9.
For what?
Chilling in the yard. I mean, we've been chilling outside all day long.
That's a big ass umbrella.
9 foot. It was $38 too.
See, this is you can get some crazy deals probably right now. I thought you were staying at home.
Yeah, where'd you go? Am I on? Is my mic on?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but my headphones are way down. I can't.
Okay.
I need them cranked.
Let me get it.
Just watch my camera there.
Like my headphones cranked to the max.
Which ones are they?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
keep
it?
going. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Watch that camera. Your back's right up against it.
Me?
No. All right.
You can hear the birds out here chirping, man.
I can hear those birds in my room. They're so loud.
Maybe we should just do the entire show from outside one day. That'd be nice.
Everybody.
Oh,
we do the show from outside and put Trace in here.
Yeah. It's like, in the morning around here, there's so many birds just chirping. It's outrageous.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals. Yesterday there was 2 of those woodpeckers.
Pileated woodpeckers, the big ones, the big ones.
The big ones. And they were, the dogs were actually barking. And I was like, what are they barking at? And I walked outside and I could hear a weird noise. And it sounded like, some kind of bird somewhere, going crazy. And I was like, what the heck's going on? And I was like, oh, Ace is outside. Anytime he gets under a squirrel or a bird, you can always find Ace because you hear the squirrel, making his noise because he's irritated at Ace. And then I went back over on the side of the house and there was 2 of those woodpeckers and Ace is right underneath them and they were just going crazy. They did not want Ace over there, the cat.
He's a real dick. He'll
Woodpecker dog.
He'll just sit under a tree and wag his tail real hard, you know, and just sit there.
Just to irritate him.
And they'll dive bomb him. He just sits there. And I was like, he's going to get those birds. He never gets those. He used to kill birds.
I thought he might have had a bird. That's why I went over. I was like, is that a bird crying for help? Did Ace get him? And then I saw those 2 woodpeckers right up above him.
Yeah, he hasn't got a bird, I would say, in 2 years. He's getting old. He's lost that step. He used to bring birds home all the time.
Or the motivation. It might just be motivation because he realized,
Yeah, he's not motivated either.
I gotta catch shit.
It's cat talk. He was an outside cat, he's always liked to be outside, always. Now he goes out to the door like twice a day and says, let me out. And he comes back in 5 minutes later and goes back to sleep.
He's out there
Yeah.
now.
And then Blackie Joe bothers the hell out of him. I think he kind of likes Blackie Joe
Yeah.
because they kind of play.
Like a real dick play.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It's dick play.
it's real dick play. So like you can't, you could see the TV if you were like to walk over there. You'd not now, but you'd be able to see it if I was showing something, right?
It's not on, is it?
Yeah, it's on.
He can watch it on
Oh,
He almost fall over. Is that what happened?
Yep.
Oh.
I almost tipped that chair over.
He can just watch it on the screen. He's just a little delayed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play him that Sarah.
On the computer, I mean.
Play me what? What you gonna play?
I'm gonna put the Sarah Palin on The Masked Singer, and I want to play you Kenny Rogers. You don't even know who Kenny Rogers is, I would imagine. Do you? And you shouldn't. I mean, he's before your time. But he was a famous country singer. He even had some mainstream hits. You know, he was in movies. You know, his song "The Gambler" was so awesome they made like 3 movies out of it.
I'm sure Lauren would be hating on me hard right now.
I bet she would. And he died. He was like 80 something. But there was a thing called the Kenny Rogers Jackass. It was on Mad TV, which was like the counterpart to Saturday Night Live. And it was really, me and your mom thought it was so funny. We watched it, a couple times. And I'm going to revisit that and see if it's as funny now. But it was Kenny Rogers Jackass. Not now, but a little bit. I'm going to do that. We also have a new Apocalypse Ned. Don't forget Ned in Your Head, Friday morning, 7 a.m. and The Bar Show in some form with mics rigged in various places will go on.
We'll have to figure that out. If anybody's got any bright ideas. Well,
Where's
we could do it.
Where's that mobile router, man? I've been trying to go live as Trace Hogan, and you can't find my mobile router.
I don't know what happened to the mobile router. Somebody took it and put
Jerry
it somewhere.
Jerry stole it.
Oh, blame it on Jerry.
Why not?
Probably Weston.
Somebody put it somewhere, and we cannot find it. I thought that we took it to the Viper's tailgate, just in case we needed it.
Oh, shit. Maybe Jerry did see it.
See?
Yeah,
Right?
I told you. I'm just kidding.
No, you might have a point there because he was there and now it's gone. I've searched my car. I've searched all the boxes that we had everything in. I thought we took it there just in case we needed it,
It's
to go
somewhere.
live.
It's somewhere. I saw a great picture yesterday. It was this guy. He said, "Finally found my remote after 3 weeks." And on the floor was one of those multi-receptacles, a black one with a bunch of things plugged in it. And it was black. And in the middle, there was a space. And he must have been plugging something in and put his remote down there. And it blended in perfectly. And you couldn't see it at all.
Everybody can relate to that.
So he was. Can you imagine? You're like, it's not here. It's not in the house. I've looked every square inch.
I don't know why you resort to looking around the house. Like, it's right around the couch somewhere where you set it. And you're just like, did I take it outside?
That's the worst.
Well, that's a possibility.
It's just in the couch.
Yeah,
I mean, I lost my glasses about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago.
Still can't find them.
I cannot find them anywhere. And I know it was just I was in the bedroom, I was in Berlin's room, and I went. That was the first places I went. I was like, I think I went and laid on Berlin's bed and set him down somewhere. I was talking to her, and I laid on her bed with her, and then I went back in there, and they're not there. I can't find them anywhere.
I have to tear. It's like I remember one time I lost a $20 bill back when we lived at Plantation. I had it in my pocket, and I was in the house, and I looked for it because that was back when $20 was like $50, and so I tore the house, and for like hours, and I was like, never found it.
Yeah,
moved out. Never found it.
Probably spent it.
Well, I mean, it was folded up. Like, it was folded up into a pretty small thing. So, who knows?
Sorry. Toyo Tommy subscribed. Thank you, Toyo Tommy.
What's up, FTE Joe?
So what exactly am I doing outside
he
here?
Says, why? Freak Show says, why isn't Trace allowed in the studio? Because... in this day of misinformation, you have the coronavirus is really bad. It's more fatal than it's not flu. I mean, that we know. It's not flu. It's more like pneumonia with a little, and they say it looks like tuberculosis on the lungs. So I'm not really looking to get it. You know, if I want to get it, I'll delay it. I don't want to get it with the masses. You know, we'll try to delay it. We'll try to be responsible. If you believe that the virus is real, we're doing the socially responsible thing. If you think it's fake, well, they're gonna, then they've got. Then why? What are they doing? They're just using it to steal money.
I think so.
To steal money.
I mean, I was kind of agreeing with you guys, but I haven't heard jack about the coronavirus. Like the first couple days,
I haven't watched the news at all.
They on my phone. I get messages, and my phone was just blowing up a couple days ago, like a week ago.
Oh, really?
Just like, oh, they're shutting this down, they're shutting that down.
They haven't shut anything down for a couple. days.
Yeah, it's some kind of false lull. They're lulling people out. They're lulling people back to get more infections.
Yeah, and DeSantis said he's saying he's not shutting Florida down, but in 2 days he could just shut it down. He gave all kinds of reasons, and then he'll just shut it down, and he'll be like, "Well, what happened to all those reasons you weren't shutting it down?" Because he didn't want to shut Florida down because of people working, which I understand. He said, it's not fair for places that aren't really hard hit to shut Florida down, and then they don't get to go to work. A lot of people need to go to work.
I don't know about toilet paper, but everything else is stocked back up in the stores.
Is it?
Like there's nobody there. Went to Walmart. It was pretty dead yesterday.
Really? Well, who knows? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's impossible.
But they're still,
to figure
even though
out.
they're still going on saying, people need to quit going out. It's the young people that are going everywhere that are spreading it around. Because they don't care, yet they don't, the mayor of Tampa just said that yesterday. She's like, you think, you may be okay, but you may go home and give it to somebody that could die from it.
Yeah.
You know what they're doing? I mean, if, you got to play, you have to at least talk about that. It could be, as bad as they say it is. But if you don't listen to the news look, yesterday I was super busy, so I did the show. Then we had a quick lunch, and I wrote a song. I edited a bit. I mixed the thing. I'd never watched the news all day long, and I didn't even feel. I was like, this feels so much more normal than listening to all this Corona bullshit. I don't even feel any stress at all. So that's the average person. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking about Corona. They're out just fucking
milling
doing
around.
whatever they want.
They sure are.
Yeah, but I mean, you can watch. You see, it's the day of misinformation. Like I was watching on this Joe Rogan thing. There was a video that said, "What if we did nothing?" Which is what kind of I threw out there. I was like, "What if we did nothing and just let it eat?
Yeah.
Let it eat. Just let it eat and get it over with." Because then it would be much quicker. It wouldn't be a matter of a few months.
Get it over with,
and it'd be gone. And that would be like a virus like this, 2% mortality. You let it eat throughout the world.
But isn't that where what the problem is with the hospitals? And the hospitals would all be just overran.
Well, also you'd have if 2 billion people. I mean, if a few billion people get it, because a pandemic will infect like 80%.
I thought there was only 7 billion people in the world.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said 2 billion.
I meant if 80% of 7 billion got it, and then you take 2% of that, you're talking hundreds, 150, 160 million people would die worldwide, and probably a few million here. And, most of those are not going to be young people. But you take out 6 million, if 300,000 of those are, people in their 20s, that's a lot of people losing their kids. So not only are you losing your grandma, you might lose your dad, and you might lose your kid. That's if you let it eat. That's just the facts of exponential.
Just tell your grandma to stay home. I'm let it eat.
They say that there's almost no way you can stop that. It's unless you keep people quarantined for immediately. Like if we did it now and
forever, it doesn't make sense.
No,
because
exactly. You're right.
Somebody's always gonna have it, and you can quarantine for a month. But if one person has it, if it's this bad and spreadable, then it's just gonna come right back, right?
Yeah, they say that you have to quarantine. You'd have to quarantine the entire country, and then after about 6 weeks, you could unquarantine it, and as soon as like hotspots develop, you got to shut those down immediately. So he said it's like a whack-a-mole deal, and it's like that. What kind of way is that to live?
Yeah, that sucks.
Whack-a-mole's fun though.
You could just let it eat. Let it eat.
No.
And then they said this when they shut down New York, all the New Yorkers started fleeing New York, and a lot of them started flying down here. So we just let them all in. It's like, how is that
I mean, look, we're
helping us any?
We're completely incompetent as a society and a government. Like, if you're closing down New York, like, they gave people plenty of warning so they could all leave.
And I could see that New
They all
York.
left.
I could see that New York don't care. They're like, oh, they're your problem now.
Yeah.
Sure. Just like if we close down Florida and they all want to leave, okay, whatever. See ya.
Yeah, get out
But
of here.
it's the places they're going. Don't let them in.
Yeah.
Don't let a bunch of New Yorkers fly here after they closed them down.
just-
and then they said, oh, they're going to put into place that anyone flying from like New York, a place that's been shut down, has to self-quarantine for 15 days. It's like, are you kidding? They just fled from a place that told them they had to self-quarantine.
That was the DeSantis.
They just said, fuck you, we ain't self-quarantining.
Yeah.
We're going to Florida. And they come here, and you think you're going to be able to tell them to quarantine. They're going to say, fuck you.
That's the most asinine thing I've ever heard said when Ron DeSantis said, we're going to make people who come down from New York self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm coming down from New York on vacation, and I'm going to sit in my hotel room for 2 weeks and self-quarantine. That's going to happen.
No,
Nobody in the world
like,
is
fuck
going to...
it. I spent all the money I saved up all year to go to Florida. I'm not gonna fucking sit in my hotel room,
For
right?
2 weeks. Your vacation would be over by then. Or maybe just sit... It's ridiculous.
That's why the beaches are packed, man. I'm going to the beach.
It's impossible to shut down a country of 300 million people without going full military and cops patrolling the streets, because people are not going to be responsible. Every other country they've shown, they're like, we're so frustrated, the people won't do what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Buzzy's Moist Red Rocket, 500 bits. I was just thinking about him like 2 days ago.
Were you just thinking about Buzzy's Moist Red Rocket?
I was. I was just thinking I hadn't seen Buzzy's Moist Red Rocket in the chat for a couple.
Yeah,
I
so-
couldn't remember. I was like, when did I see him? 500 bits. Thank you. And he subscribed, so double thank you.
But I got some stuff. I got some Kenny Rogers Jackass. We're gonna show Trace the Palin thing. We got Apocalypse Net. I got some Zob Mondo cards. We're gonna try to get away from the Corona. It's just something you have to talk about a little bit because it's such a bunch of bullshit. Because no matter what you're thinking, it's like, but they're shutting this. They're ruining the economy. Is what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they are going to shut
ruining
down
it.
Florida. I know he
They're
keeps saying he's not, but I know they're going to at one point.
And this is ruining small business
Mm-hmm.
in America. Small business in America may never recover from that, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
And it's a tragedy. It's
Yeah.
a tragedy.
They don't like small business while they sit up there and say, small business is the backbone of America.
They
They're
don't
the ones
fuck
that
it.
are trying to destroy it.
You believe
Make
that.
no mistake about that. Uncut Media Mandingo says, my nurse wife is always pointing out that I'm vulnerable because I smoke weed. Why are you vulnerable? Because you smoke just for smoking?
you
in
gotta
general?
get a new girlfriend. That's what that is.
That's like smoking.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Is it
bad
because of smoking.
Smoking is bad, and it's this disease attacks the lungs.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
But I don't know. You can believe whatever research you want. Some people say marijuana smoking isn't really that bad.
Strengthens your lungs.
Yeah, and other people say it's bad. But I mean, if you're smoking weed. I mean, what do you smoke? You're a heavy smoker, Trace. If a heavy smoker would smoke 2 joints, 3 joints a day, or 4,
I don't know.
5, 6.
I'm not talking about like a super pothead, but just your average guy. Probably okay. So you smoke a lot.
1 or 2 joints a day.
1 or 2, 3 joints a day. Okay, you smoke how many cigarettes a day? 20?
Do people?
20,
people smoke
30?
20 cigarettes.
How much is a pack?
day?
20? How many is in a pack?
Joints?
No.
Cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
20.
Yeah, so if you smoke a pack and a half a pack, that's 20 or 30 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
So it's that's almost 10 times as worse.
How many cigarettes does Lauren smoke a day?
I don't want to. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus with none of that.
Too many.
That's a
So
2-pack.
she's-
He's
My
a
lungs are
2-packer.
used to it, though. I go to Cinco Soccer. Like, I hear people all the
Lungs are
time.
used to
They're
it.
like, because, Cinco Soccer is pretty relaxed. Like, you can smoke a blunt on the bench if you're sitting on the bench. And you can smoke a cigarette if you're sitting on the bench. So
People smoke while they're waiting.
I mean,
soccer.
I mean, there's 5 players at a time. If you got 6 people on your team, you're allowed to sit there on the bench and just smoke a cigarette. And people be like, "Man, I don't get how you do it, man." Like,
Right.
because I run around like crazy. And then I go on my, I'm on the bench and I'm smoking a blunt and a cigarette.
Why you do that, Trace?
Don't
do that.
When you're smoking, you're just sucking in all the toxins of corporate America. That corporate America made that thing just to kill you.
They gotcha.
Just to kill you.
Papa Glock says the National Guard is all over Detroit right now. What's up?
That's called Saturday in Detroit.
NHRA? Is that new or NHRA?
Do you guys watch American Idol at all right now?
No, haven't seen it in a while.
Oh man, like I'm kind of with you guys. It's just fucking karaoke bitches.
Yeah,
doing karaoke shit. But they got this guy on there right now, and I think he's a little bit better. Like you can tell they're kind of laying him low.
Yeah,
because they don't want everybody to they don't want everybody to stop watching because they know he's gonna win. But I think he's this guy from Where's the biggest mountain in the world? Mount Everest. Where's that at?
Tibet.
He's like a mountain man.
It's not Tibet.
Kilimanjaro. Is that
He's no idea. The
Nepal.
Andes.
Where's Nepal?
Yeah.
That's where right over there by Tibet and the Mount Everest.
Yeah, this guy from Nepal, and he's slaying it, man. I'm really like I don't like anybody.
What's this guy's name?
It's the best, but he goes by Arthur Gunn.
Who is he?
Arthur Gunn.
No, but
what's
who?
the best?
The best. That's his name.
Oh, okay, he goes by Arthur.
Arthur Gunn. And what?
Go ahead.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Uncut Media Mandingo says that one joint is like smoking 7 cigarettes. I don't believe that at all.
Nah, I don't believe it either. Who says that though? Just they don't. They're just saying that, right?
Jen.
Oh,
said Jen said that.
Look, you could.
She just wants you to quit smoking.
Yeah.
That's complete falsehood. Like smoking 7 cigarettes.
It couldn't be. How could that be?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not even
I'm
remotely
gonna
true.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Arthur Gunn. This is Trace. Trace is marking out to this guy, Arthur Gunn, on American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Is that a preview?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
To reprise his song from his first
We
audition.
gotta listen. Here we go. This is just the audition. Probably. No, okay, I got there. I gotta have to. Is this? Are they ever gonna show him playing the fucking song?
I fucking hope so.
Is
this it?
Look at all this hype, man.
No, he's getting on.
Is he Elvis?
Someone told me long ago there's a
I haven't even seen this one.
storm I know.
This isn't a good one.
Down for some time.
Yeah, but you can still tell he's got a good
Yeah.
voice. You can tell immediately who's a decent singer and who's a, karaoke singer.
But I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain?
Just love it.
That's pretty good.
But I wanna know, but have you ever seen the rain?
You never would think it was coming from that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Coming down on a sunny day.
That's pretty good.
I mean, click on another one. I could
I'm-
listen to
yeah,
this
I'm-
guy
I
all
was
day.
gonna say,
man.
I want to find another one. I want to find a different one.
Like, I mean, that was probably the least impressive one that I've heard from him.
All right, let's see. What's this guy's? Okay, Arthur Gunn. Let's see.
Either his audition or the other one.
Okay,
Buzzy's Moist Red Rocket gifted a
which one?
sub to I Swear I'm Not Matt Lloyd.
Okay.
I can't help you out, man.
Thank
like
you,
I'm
Buzzy.
out here.
Well, I'm not getting.
I'm out on the front porch.
There's not a
Hit
lot.
the videos.
There's not a lot of ones that are saying that he that show him singing.
Well, what is he doing in them?
I don't know. I mean,
Just click one then and see. Maybe it's him singing.
all right. Well, there we go.
I mean, it's. I listened to it on just on YouTube, going around in my car, just his auditions. Even though they're like tense. Oh, yeah, here we go.
This is audition.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us where you're from, who you are, the whole thing.
My name is Devesh Pokhrel, and I go by the stage name called Arthur Gunn.
Arthur Gunn.
Yeah,
I
I'm
couldn't
living in
understand a word.
Winchester.
Yeah, what the fuck are you
I was
saying?
born in Nepal, Kathmandu.
What's your original name?
Devesh.
Debesh. What does that mean?
It means light.
Why do they always
It also
ask
means
people?
you're Debesh.
What does that
Right?
mean? Nobody here
It's-
ever asked.
I didn't know.
anybody,
What would I
Mike,
do?
My name's Mike. What does that mean? What
It
does
means
it mean?
fucking Mike,
means,
bitch.
It means I'm Mike.
It means someone
Song
put
by
some
Bob
letters
Dylan
together.
called Boy from the North Country.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Has he got a sticker on his pants?
So if you're traveling to a North Country fair, where the wind hits heavy on the borderlines, remember me to the one who lives there. Please cheer for me if she's wearing coats so warm.
That's a shitty song.
Right? What the fuck?
You told me this was
You're
a
listening
good
to
one.
other stuff.
You told me this was a good one.
He didn't. He just said click on. We just said click on one. You can't tell when you're going to click on.
I mean, he's
that
got
one.
a
It's
good
gonna
voice,
be-
but yeah, I haven't heard him
Yeah, I
sing,
mean,
sing a good song yet.
oh yeah.
I'm
You
o-
should-
I'm
why'd you
over
turn
him.
it down?
I'm over him now. I'm over
Turn
him.
it back up.
Why?
To get a little more of an idea of what you do.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Can you do me a favor? Just keep your eyes open.
I know his eyes
and look
rolled
at
back
us
in his
or
head.
look to your guitar.
He's improved on that.
You can't tell people that.
No,
That's how they sing, man.
Long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know
There it is.
well, it's been coming down for some time.
He sounds a lot like John Fogerty.
So the sight, it will rain a sunny day. Well, I know
There it is.
shining down like water.
Pretty good.
But I wanna know, well, have you ever seen the rain? Yeah. But I wanna know.
So he's still is he? What are they down to on Idol? Are they just starting, or is it down to the finals?
It's just kind of just starting. They
Okay.
started out with like 5,000 people, man. Like,
I know they
dude, I got so many people.
It takes them forever to do that shit.
They're cutting them down by like thirds now. Like a third of the group goes. But
I mean, he should. Everybody would know he's gonna win, and if he doesn't, they just wanting to sign him somewhere
I mean,
else.
there's like 2 or 3 other people that are decent. But
Yeah,
I mean, besides that, that's about it. There's only, I mean, you can narrow it down to like 3 people. Like week 1.
Yeah.
always.
See, in my opinion, like the American Idol, the winner should be somebody that you listen to him and go, "Wow!" And that guy, I was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
that guy's got a natural, amazing
So
voice."
you agree with me? You're not hating on him?
No, he's got a natural like.
Yeah, you could tell. Like you said, if as soon as you came on American Idol, you'd be like, "Well, he's the winner." These other people, they might as well shut it down.
Yeah, it's like Adele. Like Adele is just like she just solid gold comes from her mouth. You know, it's just a natural ability.
Yeah.
Some people are just amazing singers, and that's what. But half those singers are just
Karaoke or people from
run of the mill.
Yeah, it's like, and then they got to critique him. It's like, what are you going to critique about that guy? That he didn't open his eyes?
Are there that few good singers in the world? Because you see the auditions. There's just, I mean, hundreds and probably thousands of people show up.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking, and each then they travel the country, and this is the best they can see. That guy stands out, but most of them don't stand out at all.
No.
It's just like you're going to a night of karaoke and you're like, that guy's good. That's most of them.
Yeah. Papa Glock says, I've been smoking weed for 25 years. Our last chest x-ray, the doc said my lungs look great. He couldn't see any smoking damage. Really? Huh.
Did anybody check that out?
I mean, that sounds about right. I don't think weed really...
No, that it's is equal to Smoking what, 7 cigarettes?
I mean, I've heard that like by people that hate weed before, but like if you look it up, it tells you that weed's not that bad because they say there's so much more tar in cigarettes because it's the leaf. You're smoking the leaf and not the buds.
Okay, this one says the researchers found that smoking one joint is equivalent to 20 cigarettes in terms of lung cancer. I find that very hard to believe.
That's not true right there. That's a lie.
I think you know a lot more old weed smokers than you do cigarette smokers.
I mean, I do. Those old people, man, they buy cartons.
Yeah.
They buy cartons.
It's all genetics, man.
Smoke them down
That's
all
what
day.
it is. I think it's all genetics because why can some people smoke and smoke and smoke and never die of lung cancer, never die of cancer?
Some people get cancer in their 40s and 50s from smoking.
Trace he's getting darker. I don't know, the sun's moving, but I can go fix that camera. You know?
Yeah, he is dark.
I can go lighten that camera.
I like it like that.
We'll just keep him as the mystery guest.
Mystery man.
Yeah, we'll just take a break.
He's out there because he doesn't protect himself from corona, and we've been trying to.
It's my tan. That's what it is.
Romana 3 wants to know where you got that big 9-foot umbrella.
Walmart, $38. It's huge.
In the just shipped from China Corona section.
Is that's to lay under like out in the sun?
Yeah, I mean we've been spending a lot of time just chilling outside in the yard.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I mean it kind of makes me get like, who needs a job? Like, what is all this for?
You know what they're gonna do? All these people. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what a lot of people might say. Maybe they're all gonna wake up and go, why am I working my fucking life away? This is the best.
Yeah, but how are you going to support yourself?
Well, I know. I'm just saying. Maybe they'll downsize. Maybe people start
Why can't
downsizing.
we just make shit cost less? Right? I don't know if that works. But
I don't know why. Why can't you go back 40 years of the way things cost?
Because they've...
It's only what we do.
It's all corrupt.
Yeah, it's all what we do to make the prices go up. It's not...
Not about
because
good products.
They have to be up.
Nobody's looking to make your life better with good products at an affordable price. They're looking to suck every last cent out of you.
I mean, I was watching some old videos of Lauren's family last night, and it was just like, it kind of reminds me of most videos you watch of old home videos where you're just outside doing random shit. Like, everybody thinks you gotta spend all this money, but Lauren was out with her dad and her parents and her sister while he was washing the car, and they were having a fucking blast with the bucket of bubbles.
Yeah.
It's like, you never even see somebody out washing their car, maybe every once in a while, but not with their kids, and their kids are playing in the yard with them. Like, when's the last time you saw that?
Right?
I think that was a normal thing back in the day, to go outside with your kids and do something.
Wash your car. People don't wash their cars anymore. You see the lines at the car wash, right?
But I mean,
Sean Raz says we are in the calm before the storm.
That's what it is. Right now, that's what it feels like, as you hear the birds chirping. But I mean, that's all we did when we lived it. See, that's why people are, I'm very anti-like billionaire, and people, they chastise me and think I'm an idiot and a communist for it. But I raised my family, and for most of their, till they were about 5. Me and Donna lived in a house, and our combined income was about $15,000, and we raised 3 kids until Trace was like, 5, or Trace was 8.
I want to see where that would get you nowadays. Like, you'd be living in a box.
Oh, you would. And I didn't need anything more. We were so happy. So
we played volleyball.
So fuck your
in
billionaires.
Our side yard every week. You guys liked living at our old house, right? You guys had a great time.
I mean, that was kind of a shithole, right? Compared to, not back then, but compared to today's standards.
It was nice. It was nice, like nicely kept. It was like not a nice house.
It was a small house.
It was a real small house, and it was old. It was like from the 50s.
Yeah.
Or the early 50s, early 60s maybe.
But
so it was old as
we
shit.
didn't even always act like we had a small house. We were just
didn't feel like it thinking back.
Yeah, I mean, we only had one. It was a tiny little bathroom and 3 bedrooms.
We had some of the best times of our lives in that house. Just to run around in the backyard with you kids.
We had a decent sized yard.
Oh, I'd like to go back and now and see that yard and see if it looks tiny.
It does. We've driven by it many times.
Yeah, we had the volleyball court on the side yard, and I would attach the net to one side of the house. That was the left out of bounds was the house, and the right out of bounds the right side of the net to an orange tree, on the other side on my neighbor's property, and so we just had enough room to play right in between the fences and the house.
Yep.
And
our neighbor, it was great that we had neighbors that liked to play volleyball. It was just, a guy and a girl that lived there. And anytime we said, hey, you want to play volleyball? She'd just come outside. Yep.
And we play all
every
day.
time.
We play all day long. Nobody needs $1 billion. We didn't need $1 billion. If you got $1 billion, you're a total selfish cocksucker. I'm right, you're wrong, so fuck off.
That's the truth, though. Nobody needs $1 billion. Nobody needs
obscene.
$500 million. Nobody needs $20 million.
People love to think that they're going to be the one with $1 billion. That's how delusional people. There's how many billionaires are there in the world?
I'm capping it at like 2 million. If I had 2 million right now, I think I'm set. I have bad spending habits, but I don't think I could spend $2 million.
Yeah, you would be surprised how quickly you spent $2 million. It was gone and you were penniless. Just because that's you.
I don't know.
I mean, even in today's society, they're like, if you're retiring, well, you're going to need a lot more than $1 million. And it's like, well, how do you think the average person gets a fucking $1 million in their retirement account? You fucking cocksuckers. We're all living paycheck to paycheck.
I don't even know, what a retirement deal is. Do I have any retirement deals?
You've got Social Security from whatever you've paid in as a worker.
Is that your retirement?
If you are not responsible and you don't plan and you don't make that much money, yes.
I'm all those things.
Well, that's your retirement plan.
Fuck.
I love the birds in the background.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
AJ the Lingerer says, all my doctors had said that there's really nothing wrong with smoking weed. Even my cardiologist wanted to make sure that I was not smoking cigarettes anymore, but didn't seem to care about smoking weed. And I have
he smokes weed too.
He says that I have 2 stents in my heart. Sorry.
Yeah, I think smoking is all them chemicals, man.
That's what
what they do with
it's all
it.
that stuff that maybe tobacco wouldn't be.
They poison it
so bad, but it's all that. I mean, that's
'Cause
been proven, right? They've proven that they put all that garbage in it.
I mean, they used to take the tobacco leaves and they dry them and then roll them up in a cigarette. Now, Lord knows what they spread, what chemicals. Fucking crow, man.
They're loud.
Now, is there any nicotine in tobacco? Like the actual tobacco leaf?
That's a good question. There might be,
Maybe.
but I'm sure they add their own fake nicotine.
And other stuff.
And other shit, just to give you cancer.
Yeah.
Just because they hate you.
I swear I'm not. Matt Lloyd says, we printed too much money for anything to be affordable. I don't even understand that.
It's very complex, and most people don't understand it, and I don't understand it. But I mean, it's pretty easy to understand that if you print trillions of dollars and everybody has, the country's awash in $1 trillion, well, you can charge more for shit because there's so much money. The money becomes less valuable because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
It's just a supply and demand thing, I guess. But yeah, it never works. And there's been several countries in the past that showered their people with money in times of crisis, and that's the stories you hear about. Germany and Zimbabwe, where people toting around wheelbarrows full of cash to buy a loaf of bread. And those aren't fake stories. So,
Are you
they would have like $1 trillion bill. I'm not fucking kidding you. I'm not fucking kidding. In Zimbabwe.
Why in Zimbabwe?
I don't know, because whatever they did, they probably just printed it. They probably went, hey, let's try to print a bunch of money.
I mean, that's where I'm at.
So it doesn't work. Eventually somebody has to pay for it. There's no free money. Although that's what they do. The government just prints money and sells our fake debt to China. And you see how that worked out for us. Not well at all. Because people are stupid. People are insane. I saw this. Let me get to the bat poop story. It says the Thai village bat excrement collectors in Thailand. Bat excrement collectors in Thailand are undeterred by possible link to COVID-19. So can you see that? Trace can't see that picture though, can he? It's not that big. There's a bunch of guys shoveling bat guano. They're standing barefoot in piles of bat guano. And
they've been doing that for millions of years.
It's true. Thai villagers scouring a dark cave for bat guano sought after by farmers as a nutrient-rich crop fertilizer are undaunted by scientists' suggestion that it could be behind a coronavirus that has infected more than 150,000 people worldwide.
That's what that Ace Ventura is about.
What?
It's all about bat poo.
Man, I mean, these people, look at those guys. Those those guys are saying bat poo is a valuable commodity.
It is.
Well, maybe bat poop is only bad when you, it's in a Chinese market and it's mixing with the blood of slaughtered animals and Lord knows what else.
Nah, bat poop's all right. I'm not worried about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said normally bat poop's fine. It's just fertilizer like any other mammal, I guess.
Right? What is it? Dog shit and human shit's like the only shit you can't use for fertilizer. Cat shit.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know, man.
I had someone working at the house once, a plumber, and they had they're like, "Can I take a bucket of your horse shit?" I was like, "Sure."
See, now why?
But I don't think I thought I heard that horse manure was not that great either.
I mean, because cow manure is nasty. I mean, if you step in a cow pie, it's like. I mean, we got horse. You got horse. What do they call the little horse? Not pellets. They call whatever. They've got horse little turds all over the yard. They poop everywhere, and it's like hay. It like kind of dries up and turns into.
It dries up and it would just break apart like it was hay.
Yeah, it's like not nasty at all. So why? How is that? How do two animals and why can't you use human and dog? Maybe
you can.
Maybe
you just
only
don't want
animals
to.
that eat vegetables. I mean, that eat that are.
What about bats? They eat bugs all day.
I don't know, man.
Is there something up in the corner that you keep looking at?
Me?
Yeah. I thought I saw you even get up and go look at something like maybe there was.
I did. It looked like it's just a giant mosquito deal, one of those big ones. But it looked like a land shrimp. From here, it looks like a shrimp.
What?
That's on the wall.
Is that a thing?
Looks like a baby shrimp on the wall out here. I was like, is that a shrimp?
You're discovering all kinds of things out there. Someone was like, shut that bird up.
Man, that bird is loud.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba's Rattler says humans are disgusting. That's why.
I mean, Bubba's Rattler says, look up Chinese wet market. It's fucking unbelievable. I know I've seen. I don't watch them because they're nasty. I mean, they just got all these animals and poor animals. Every imaginable animal, dogs, cats.
Watch them what?
Video of a Chinese wet market.
Oh no!
Dogs, cats, stuck in cages. They're shitting on each other. The top end of the cage just shits and pisses on the bottom cages, and they slaughter them right there. It's filthy.
Horrible.
And that's where the virus came from, or it's a manufactured virus, which they act like you're some kind of conspiracy nut if you say that, and they'll they'll try to shut you down. It's like, what do you people? They're making bioweapons all over the world, and you don't think any of them ever get out? You think these people are so competent that their labs? Well, they have to shower, then they have to take off their clothes and shower again. It's like, yeah. Have you ever worked around anybody and seen how incompetent they are? The average, yeah. I mean,
just like if you look at
any business in the world,
fast food and stuff like that right now. I mean, they're telling these people, you got to use this, you got to take precautions. It's like it becomes daily. I did kind of.
Yeah, I just want to go home.
Yeah, and these are still kids, most of them. They don't give a flip what they're doing.
I mean, you think just because somebody in a bio lab is like, that's their job, that they're super competent? Like, that's not like just. I think people think like some people think like cops and doctors and people that work at bio labs are like superhuman. like they're magic or something. Like, no, they're just normal fucking people, and they make mistakes just like everybody else.
I mean, I think about that all the time. It's like, think of the average, in your life, when you go around, you get services from people, and you'll run into a lot of incompetence no matter what the field. I mean, you get good service some places, but plenty of people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And just think, somebody in your family gets murdered, and you get Joe Schmo the detective, who's the fucking world's worst fucking detective. There's bad detectives out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I see it. We watch me and Lauren watch a show, and like there'll be some guy that fucking goes and figures out who the murderer is, right?
Yep.
And then you got this other jobber that goes to the murder scene and is like, I can tell it was this because of this, and you're like, even I can see you're wrong. Like, you're an idiot. Like,
yeah, in any field, there's bad. There's going to be bad employees. It's like when you go to get surgery, there's a chance that your surgeon was the last in his class of surgeons.
That's true.
I mean, there's
true.
this guy who was the best surgeon, and then this guy, he just got it. You had to have a 94 to be a surgeon. He had a 94.1. In his grade.
Well, didn't Diaco used to say, what do they call the whoever made the worst grades in your class? What do they call them? Doctor.
It's true.
They still call him doctor.
I thought you were going to say proctologist.
Oh.
I was like, who would go into that as a field? Like, I want every day I want people to come in and bend over and I want to look in their assholes.
Yeah. Some weirdo.
I think they must be going, it must be well, there's not many proctologists, and I was number 98 out of 100. Looks like I'm Joe Proctologist. Gotta look at guys' assholes.
Nope. You just never think of it that way. What do they call the guy that got the worst grades in the class? Doctor.
I mean,
it's true.
What about the vagina doctor? Like, do you think that guy's creepy? Like, how many creepy vagina doctors are there out there?
A lot.
Yeah.
Because it's just like anything else. I mean, I'm sure most gynecologists are, doctors are. Yeah. But there's probably a large percentage where, I'm a real. I mean, some guys.
I want to look at women spread their legs all day long.
I mean, some guys are normal guys, go about their life, have normal sex lives, and some guys, I just want to look at vagina all day long. I got a room full of vaginas out there. I'm going to go to school for 8 years so I can look at vaginas every day.
The conversations they have with each other. You know how every job, people in the back say stuff about people, that come in everywhere. Every job you work at, they.
I mean, maybe you get to look at a couple good vaginas, but I don't know if it's worth it having to look at the other ones. Could ruin vaginas for you.
I want to hear. I want a website dedicated to gynecologist horror stories, because there are.
What could there be?
Well, just okay. You want me to have to say things like smell?
Google it. Nasty vaginas.
There you go. Nasty vaginas. I was trying to be nice, Tracy. Nasty vaginas.
Sick vaginas.
I didn't even think of that. Okay,
sick, nasty vaginas.
I mean, anytime I'd go to the gynecologist, it's like shower right before you leave the house.
Of course.
It's like I'm showering, even though I know I don't.
And, as far as men, I mean, you've seen in porn, some men have giant penises. Some of them have small. Some are curved. Some are discolored. Vaginas,
You must have seen a lot of penis. I have.
You saw a lot of penis?
Well, in porn. Who hasn't seen penises in porn?
I thought you... All right.
So, vaginas. See, they weed out all the unattractive vaginas in porn, I would imagine.
You think?
Of course.
I wouldn't.
Well, I'm sure there's also a section of dirty, nasty vagina porn.
Oh, God. There is.
Ew.
I know it.
Gynecologist stories. I bet that would be big.
But they can't, right? You can't talk.
You can talk about it as long as you don't mention a name, because I had this one client who came in. She weighed 380 pounds.
Particularly dirty vagina.
Oh, my God.
She had a sandwich lodged in her vagina that she couldn't find for 3 weeks.
And her clitoris was the size of a hot dog.
Ew.
I'm telling you, I bet they got all kinds of
stuff. Oh, my God.
But we were talking about the biolab, like you were saying, Trace. People just because you work in a biolab, you could be incredibly intelligent, and we've known lots of people like this who are really smart, but they have zero common sense,
Right.
Because their brain works only in the field of that, of intelligence, and then like when it comes to washing your hands or being safe, they're not good at it. So you expect somebody who works in a biolab, well, he's going to take extra precaution because he knows, well, maybe he's a genius and a jackass as well.
Right.
If I worked in a biolab, I would have let out the bubonic plague years ago.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, didn't you
Yeah,
say
for sure.
you had a car that to fix it you jumped on the hood?
Who, me?
Fix it.
You told me back in the day. I swear that you had like a Firebird or something.
You jumped on the hood because he was drunk.
I smashed the windshield one time.
Oh wait, what?
Like we were in a parking lot, and I was like 19, and we were drunk. We've been drinking all night with a bunch of kids from my baseball team, and some girl got in my car and was driving it at me, and I just decided, I was like, Burt Reynolds hood roll, and I smashed right into it, just smashed it.
Man,
I wasn't an ex-girlfriend either, babe. I was solo. I was a friend's girlfriend.
He's saying that you said that you fixed your car.
I didn't.
I know.
I never
I'm
said
just
that.
saying. What would that? How would you fix your car by jumping on the
I
hood?
swear you told me that you had a car and the only way to get it to start was to jump on the hood.
That never happened. And so I drove my car home. I couldn't hardly see out of it. And then I woke up the next morning and I tell my parents, somebody smashed my window with a baseball bat. My dad goes out there and goes, looks like a body hit it. You can't get anything by parents, man.
Right?
Not stupid. Do you think we haven't lived
Where
life?
Where did it go from there? Were you just-
He guess he believed me.
You didn't get free windshields back then
No,
either.
you didn't get free windshields back then.
Yeah, but they were $26.
That's true. That's true too. They weren't outrageous.
Parents know things. Kids think that it's like, you've lived life. We've done all kinds of things. We know. We know all the tricks. We know all the lies. We know all the... We've lived a long life.
We have. We don't know what the latest lie is. We can't figure it out. But we're trying to be safe until we figure it out.
Oh, you mean from the government?
Yeah.
Oh, I just meant from kids
No,
telling
I know.
you
Yeah.
lies.
But I'm saying we haven't figured this lie out.
Yeah.
And we're just playing it a little safe, because
some people still think that it's nothing.
And
Some people, Long Dong Silverfish thinks it's nothing, and maybe he'll never get anything. He may just be A-okay, or maybe he'll get it from frolicking around and go, damn, maybe I was wrong, or maybe we'll say we were wrong. Who knows?
And like, maybe
You just don't know.
maybe all the old people would say, okay, it kills, of the people who get it, it kills on old people like 15%.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe a lot of old people, if you flash forward to 5 years from now, when they've shut down the world and they've caused a global depression, and life is fairly miserable, because life in a depression is usually fairly miserable, the old people would say, just let it come. I'll take my chances. I got an 85% chance of not dying.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, how did depression can't stop the trees in the sun? So how would it make life miserable? Like,
if
nothing's gonna happen to this beautiful pasture out here. If
you're right.
I can still sit out there with a fucking umbrella and a lawn chair and smoke some weed and fucking have a great time.
How are you going to buy that weed?
I'm just fucking grow it. Fucking plant.
You ain't how are you going to pay for some food?
Just grow that too.
Grow that. Look at Mr. Farmer. He's going to live on jalapenos.
I'm growing. I got green beans now.
How's your chickens?
Yeah, I got chickens too. Eggs.
How many? You don't have eggs yet. Don't be saying you have eggs. You don't have
I'm
them
not
yet.
saying I got eggs.
Trace would cook those little chickens the first day.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Poor little
then he'd have
things.
nothing.
Are they still in the house, or is your chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to still keep them warm.
Yeah, we got a light.
Yeah. How many do you
Definite
have?
fire hazard, but
You gonna be all right there?
I know.
All right there, buddy.
I can't tell if you can hear me.
I keep hitting the wrong one. This is the one I keep trying to hit.
Make him sit outside.
He's Corona Trace. Give him fucking space. Cause he's Corona Trace.
Corona Trace out there.
Can you guys see me?
At the typhoid table.
Yeah.
Corona Trace at the
All right.
typhoid table. Can we see you? It's a little dark, but we'll fix that.
You mean on
No,
the
like, can you
camera,
guys
or-
see
I
me?
can see you.
Like, I
perfect.
can't see you guys at
Oh,
all.
you
I think
can't?
I know where you kind of
need-
are. I can kind of see your shadow, but I can't actually see you.
Oh, you mean even if it's not the curtain in the way, you just can't?
No, I see the pasture. The reflection of the pasture right here.
Okay.
I thought he could see us the whole time because I could see you perfectly.
But he can see us on the computer. It's
because
just
of the
delayed.
light.
Yeah, I'll have to go check it out during the break, see what it looks like from
You're
your,
by the grill.
from
I know your
vantage
head's
point.
around where the grill is.
You're by
And
the
your sand pile.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break here. And
What's up, Sticky Icky Ricky?
the new Apocalypse Ned, after 2 rewrites.
Do I get to poop outside?
Yes,
I
you
gotta
do.
poo?
You do.
You can go in the other door,
All right.
but yeah.
All right.
Use those wipes I gave you to wipe your hands and doorknobs off.
Well, I think me and Lauren might
Oh.
wash our hands less than in a couple.
Yeah.
That sounds
probably.
about right.
Oops.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. Take a quick break. Thanks for tuning in to ClusterFuck. It's time once again for Apocalypse Ned.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
It was another miserable day in the Vietnam heat. I was high on Chinese mescaline, which is American mescaline diluted with the urine of Chinese dissidents. It'll blow your fucking mind.
In this dirty old part of the city.
I wandered away from my platoon into the jungle to get some shade. The sounds of the jungle were intense. I fell face down into the cool, wet jungle floor. I was immediately transported to another dimension, where space and time didn't seem to exist. Only Chinese mescaline. I saw God. He was blowing a donkey. I fell into the abyss, falling faster and faster, only to be passed by several Acapulco cliff divers on peyote. Suddenly, I was blindsided by something massive. My eyes desperately tried to tell my brain that it was a large tiger, weighing at least 800 pounds. But my brain said it was a wild Mustang that needed to be broken. With cat-like quickness, that, looking back, was probably a result of the Chinese mescaline being cut with Cambodian cocaine. I ripped my shirt off and mounted the beast. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, motherfucker! I was instantaneously thrown off. I found myself lying on my back, face to face with a tiger in the dark recesses of the jungle. The tiger cried out. But it wasn't a cry of anger. It was a cry of pain. The tiger pointed down to his genitals. I went in for a closer examination. Oh, Lord. Turns out this tiger had a series of deep gashes on its sexual organs. I'd seen this before. Poachers hunting tigers for their penises. So Chinese men with small dicks can eat tiger penis soup and get imaginary bigger erections. I grabbed my medic kit and dressed his wounds. It's all right, boy. I told him I was surprised how big a tiger cock was. He sprayed urine on me to mark his territory. I stitched up the last gash. He threw up a giant hairball in my lap. The tiger stared at me. Was that gratitude or hunger? He lunged at me and grabbed me by the neck, Siegfried and Roy's style. I prepared to die and shit my pants. In no particular order. Suddenly, the tiger dropped me. He then began chewing on the leaves of a small tree. He motioned to me with his snout to join him. I crawled over and started ravenously eating the leaves. I was about to trip balls with a man-eating tiger.
Hello, sailor.
Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole.
I woke up 3 days later, nearly mummified in a cocoon of tiger semen. The tiger was still out cold. I grabbed my Bowie knife and gutted him with one stroke. I later traded a nearby village 300 pounds of tiger steaks for a 3-month supply of Chinese mescaline. I still have that tiger's penis, too, frozen in the freezer like a popsicle. Sometimes I make my wife give it a couple licks. Are we still on? Let him.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
I said syrup so sweet, it's gonna kill the rapper. Yeah, it's gonna kill the rapper. Wheezy sips a scissor rip. Wheezy sips a scissor rip. Wheezy sips a scissor rip. Wheezy sips a scissor rip.
Tunchi wanna chug. Syrup is his drug. Wheezy's in a funk, he drinks a big old jug. On codeine he is drunk.
I'm sipping on the scissor rip.
Tunchi wanna chug. Syrup is his drug. Wheezy's in a funk, he drinks a big old jug. On codeine he is drunk.
Yeah, sipping syrup and I lost my mind. Flopping on the floor, think I just flatlined. Drink it by the glass with a slice of lime. Now I'm in a coma and I think I'm blind. Had a big cup, had to quench my thirst. Now I'm cold blue, so I'ma call the nurse. Sipping syrup gonna put me in a hearse. I'll be covered up by dirt. Yeah, that's what I sip the scissor rip. Yeah. Sip the scissor rip. I like it. Sip the scissor rip. I'll sip it. Sip the scissor rip.
Don't you wanna chug? Syrup is his drug. Wheezy's in a funk, he drinks a big old jug. On codeine he is drunk.
Wheezy said the sipping syrup is the shit. Wheezy said the sipping syrup's hard to quit. Wheezy said the syrup made me epileptic. Sip the codeine, now it's time to trip. Now don't do pills, I don't smoke crack. But now Lil Wayne's flip-flopping on his back. Sip so much syrup that my brain is whack. Had an attack, now I can't rap.
Lil Wayne wants a chug.
Yeah, I like it.
Syrup is his drug.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Wheezy's in a funk, he drinks a big old jug. On codeine he is drunk.
You know I like it.
Wheezy wanna
sip the scissor rip. Wayne wanna sip the scissor rip. Wayne wanna sip the scissor rip. It's gonna kill the rapper. Sip the scissor rip. It's gonna kill the rapper.
Baby, I just wanna smoke some grass or do some dabs. I hear you've got some wax. With Bogart and Puff Pass. That Bob Marley's looking real fat.
I know that you're down, so let's smoke some weed. We'll get Chinese eyes. This shit is so good that I guarantee your mind is gonna be just right. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. So come get high with me, high with me. Smoke this good hydro. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but the last time I filled up my pipe, it didn't get me high. I think my dealer lied.
You need a new supply, baby, I'm your guy.
I just wanna smoke a big blunt. Please give me a shotgun, boy, let's smoke some trees.
Just hang on, girl, try some of this medical. Take this sticky icky. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. So come get high with me, high with me. Smoke this good hydro. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. So come get high with me, high with me. Smoke this good hydro. So come get high with me, high with me. Baby, let's smoke some weed. Roll a big deal.
Take a big toke.
Better than pills stuck on that dope.
You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed. So come get high with me, smoke this good hydro. You know what we need? THC, nice and green. Baby, let's smoke some weed.
You know what we need?
THC,
Nice and green.
baby, let's smoke some weed.
You know what we need?
THC,
Nice and green.
baby, let's smoke some weed.
Welcome back to ClusterFuck. Thanks for tuning in. And he was at the Corona Cam. Now he's gone. Not surprising. You out there, buddy?
What's that?
You out there?
Yep.
Let me see what you. Yeah, you look good enough. She was gonna lighten it up, but it's getting lighter out there. Let's see what the multicam looks like. Yeah, good enough. You look good enough. Welcome back to ClusterFuck. Trace is he's in the at the typhoid table outside the studio window.
Make him sit outside.
He's Corona Trace. Give him fucking space. Cause he's Corona Trace.
It's a catchy name, Corona Trace.
I ain't got no Corona. I ain't getting it either.
Nah, somebody said, I can't remember who said it. They were like, Trace is gonna be fine. He's got white trash jeans. He said you got to worry about Berlin.
Yeah.
I mean, she's out. She works, at a vet in close proximity with people. That's worse than you probably.
Right? Like, I've only been to Walmart and Taco Bell. It's the only places I've been in the past, week.
Yeah, Walmart's probably the epicenter of the coronavirus.
Right? Like, if you've been there, you got it, right?
I think so. Just, it's like hangs in the air in Walmart. You can't get rid of it.
They're pumping it in Walmarts.
Let's see. I'll check the. We haven't talked about Corona since the first probably 10, 15 minutes of the show. We're trying to be good. Let me just check the fear porn. Always good to check the fear porn.
I ain't seen no fear porn.
U.S. reports largest jump in COVID-19 cases.
Lauren called that just because they got the test.
Yeah, everybody has called that. It's the test. They're going to go up because everybody's got it. No, not everybody. It's like there's a fascinating a video. It's about 25 minutes long, so most people probably aren't going to watch it. But it's called "What If We Did Nothing," and it was on Joe Rogan. And I'll get it and put it up on our Facebook or else.
Are you pro or against doing nothing?
It's really hard. It's like, oops. It's gonna. I imagine it's gonna be. It's horrible. I mean,
it's not a good way to die.
It's a bad way to die. And if you're dying because you're choking death on your own fluids in your lungs of pneumonia, and they can't put you on a ventilator, I imagine it's not pleasant. And that's going to happen to a couple million people. But after that, everything would go back to normal, fairly quickly. Or the potential that it it sends us into a depression and people can't make money and feed their families for years, which is worse.
I still don't get, even in the depression and shit, why, what's up with, why can't you grow stuff and eat what you grow?
Yeah, and I don't understand, the economy like that. I don't understand, all the factors. It's like, I guess you can't do your farm because you can't afford to buy the seed.
Well, that's the only thing you gotta buy, though. You can't afford $1 worth of seeds.
Well, what's $1 gonna get you? You gotta make a living. And then you gotta feed yourself while you're waiting months for the crops to come to fruition. I mean, what do you? It's. I don't really understand it.
Can you eat grass? People aren't like
I don't
cows,
believe. I don't
right?
believe so.
You can't eat grass.
I don't believe you can survive on grass. I don't think so.
Just curious, because cows and horses do it.
I mean, I guess it's not a veg. I mean, what kind of nutrition does the grass have? I'd like to see that. Has it got any protein in there? I doubt it. Maybe it's got 1 gram of protein.
Maybe you're all just idiots and they don't want you to know that you
Maybe
can
we should-
live off grass.
Let's go out and, after the show. Let's go graze, Trey.
Let's do it now on the camera. Fuck it.
After the show, yeah, me and Tracy are gonna graze. Okay. I mean, you see the dogs do it all the time. They're way into the grass. They're looking for particular kinds of grass. I mean, I know they makes them throw up, but it doesn't seem to. I guess
not good.
It doesn't seem to kill them.
That's what they eat when they want to throw up. Is grass. Cats too. They all go out and start eating grass. And
You might actually be right quarantining me out here, because I was with Corona Jerry the other day.
see,
Jesus.
And he can't take it. He can't handle it. The quarantine. He's like, I want to go party, and there's nowhere to go party. He's having a mental breakdown.
Oh man, I didn't think about that.
I mean, I haven't even thought about it. But you can't go out to a bar right now. Like, if you're single, that must suck dick. Right?
yeah.
Yeah, because the bars are not open.
Especially if you're someone, there's a lot of people that just like to go out, and they go out every night.
Every night.
Now they're like, oh.
Or maybe guys are just like maybe Tinder. Everybody's just killing it on Tinder. They're all just
But
going.
who wants
they're all
to
going,
meet up? I guess
but
they
the
are.
millennials don't care.
That's true.
They're not worried about coronavirus. They're partying. Like I said, I didn't watch the news yesterday, and I didn't hear a lick about coronavirus, and didn't think about it. So imagine the average person's doing the same thing. They're working hard and not paying attention to the news, and they're not thinking that it's gonna fuck up the economy bad.
I guess so.
Did I talk about the alligators I saw yesterday?
Nope.
Well, I said I after I dropped Harper off yesterday, I was just driving by the park, right? Going back home with Bella, and I just saw the park, and I was like, last second, I was like, fuck it, like, I ain't got shit to do right now. Let's go to the park. And we hung out there for a while, and then I did the same thing. I get back in the car, and I'm like, all right, 25 minutes of the parks, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And we get in the car, and then I pull next. I'm driving by this little pond, and I see a alligator in the middle. I'm like, did the same thing. Like, I ain't got shit to do. Let's go check out the alligators. And man, I was at the park. The pond there is just alligator infested.
Really?
Like it's a small pond, like a little bit bigger than our pond.
Yeah.
And I saw like 6 alligators in it.
Wow.
It was crazy. Like, I mean, I was being very.
I hope people, I always see people letting their little dogs run around ponds.
I hate that.
It's like, don't do that.
It's like, yeah, you can live with gators, and gators aren't going to bother you, but don't walk your little dog. They're going to eat your little dog,
They're
man.
gonna get your dog,
they
man.
love to eat little dogs.
Yeah.
And little kids. Don't fucking let your toddlers go down by the fucking shore.
I was very, very careful with Bella.
Yeah.
Like, she's teeny tiny. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think there would be like a 8-foot alligator in there just because it's right at the park, but you never fucking know.
You never know.
So she was like, I was walking like 5 feet from the shore, and I was like making sure she's on my other side of me. And I was like, these alligators can't eat me, but they might eat you. And she was like, okay, stay away from the water.
They might get you too if there was a mama in there.
But we were looking.
But they don't see. We're not their prey because we're big like that normally. Even large alligators don't normally attack man, but that
little kid.
that looks like a little dog or something to them and chomp.
I mean, like, we were looking at this alligator that was probably 10 to 15 feet away from us, and we're just sitting like 6 feet away from the shore looking at it, just sitting down chilling, and we stand up. And freaking this like 5-foot gator, like 6 feet in front of us, freaks out on the shore and makes like this huge splash. And we're like, oh shit! We were looking at this alligator 15 feet away, and there was one 6 feet in front of our face.
Right? Oh my god!
Yeah, I was going over to unlock the gate for the horses last night, and I go and I'm walking by the pond, and I put the flashlight, and right there's that little gator.
Yeah.
But it still kind of startled me because it was pitch black, and I wasn't expecting the gator to be like 4 feet away from me.
Was it on the shore, you mean?
No, he was like right at the edge of the thing. So
Yeah.
he was about 4 or 5 feet away from me when I flashed it. I was like, whoa.
Show me how big it was.
Oh, he was maybe like that.
Can you see that, Trace?
No.
Okay, wait till it goes on screen because I was gonna say, well, maybe there's another gator in there because that's how big you guys have been saying that thing was for a year.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I don't think they grow that fast. I think it takes them like 10 years to get full size.
Well,
he's only been over there for like a year.
Out of there. I don't like it.
Can I kill it and give it to Lauren?
I told
Okay,
no. That gator, when the Great Depression comes, it will be a delicious gator tail.
Okay.
Gator tail
after
meal.
the depression, or
after
nothing happens.
Then
If nothing happens, then you need to get rid of it.
Okay.
How are you going to catch it? How can you catch it?
Just get Dallas over here.
I know. I thought about that.
Do you have to call somebody? Like if you got a nuisance gator in your own pond on your property, are you allowed to kill it?
I think you have to say something like, it was coming out of the pond at me, and I had to kill it. I think you have to say that. I don't think you.
Well, I mean, it's not really something you would ever in a million years get arrested for.
Yeah,
because nobody's gonna know that you killed a gator in your pond. But I'm just saying, like legally,
I'm saying some guy was in trouble for that a couple years ago. Because some gator was trying to get his horses or something, and he shot it, and they were like investigating it, and it's like, fucking gator's trying to get his horses. You shot the fucking gator. What you fucking do?
Fucking deal.
Fucking blow that gator away. That's a lizard. It's trying to get my horses.
Yeah.
Fuck that gator.
For sure. Did you guys see there was someone in chat named Land Shrimp already? Trace's Land Shrimp. Draclona says, I think we'll see the worst of COVID in the next week or two, and then things will begin to return to normalcy. Apple has already reopened 42 stores in China. See, it says Israel's close to announcing a vaccine. I don't know.
Who knows?
They say that China's
starting
to, there's people are starting to come out and go back to normal. It's like, you don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. How could they? Why would they say here 9 months? Someone was saying 9 months.
Oh, yeah.
And then DeSantis was saying, I don't see that 9 months happening. That's just, people will be crazy by then.
Well,
Trump
said he sees in a couple months the business. I mean, he was like ready to open the businesses back up soon. He said Trump says coronavirus restrictions will be lifted soon. The U.S. was not built to be shut down. Well, if all that's true, then
what the fuck?
They're going to say that just what they've done prevented it, and that they just stole all that money and ruined the economy.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did worked.
Yeah.
That's going to fly? Is that going to fly?
Maybe there was no... Because I see him opening all these makeshift hospitals and parking lots and stuff. And yet I don't see anyone in them. They keep saying they're getting ready for them. They're getting ready. And I thought, that could just all be a money grab. They could just be going, I don't care what you... Or it could be footage from... some, like you said before, some practice thing they set up, That could be just old footage. And people go, or they could be setting stuff up and going, I don't know why they have us set. You know how it is. Word doesn't get around all that quickly. It could be people setting stuff up going, I don't know why they have us setting all this up. Yeah. There's nobody here. Nothing's going on.
You'll read 10 years later, this neighborhood was all abuzz about the filming of this thing, but nothing ever comes of it.
Or just setting all that up, and then they just like, we don't care. Go ahead and set all that up, but we're allocating $1 billion to setting these things up, and it's only costing us, $50,000 to get it all set up, and we're just stealing that money. But we're, pretending to care and have it all set up, and then take it down in a month.
I mean, they've literally printed trillions of dollars, and they've put it into the market, and it's allegedly gone into thin air. Or did
like
they
you
even
said earlier? Just print some money. It fixes everything.
Yeah, it fixes the billionaires who are stealing it all's problems, because they'd be the only ones who wouldn't get it because they could live in an island fortress.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get an apple and have Trace throw it over there and see if Buttercup finds it.
Alrighty,
that was random as shit. All right, gotta go. I just had this brilliant idea. So is well, I kind of wanted to talk to Mom about it.
Well,
but about flies.
Well, then you can wait. You can wait.
Why, you got something?
Now I'm looking to see if I got something.
I'll just get into it. Like, is having flies weird? Like in your house? Like, is that?
Oh no, Bella's in here.
Like,
damn it.
like Jerry was kind of. He almost looked like he thought our house was kind of gross because we had so many flies in it. But we just been leaving the doors open.
Yeah, if you leave your doors open, you're gonna get some flies in there.
And I mean, we got a lot of flies in our house.
Ew.
How many's a lot?
I hate when I get a fly in the house. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I can't stand one
kids
fly
will
in
come
the house.
here and they'll go in and out and leave the door open. Sometimes, like, shut the door.
And I don't want to throw Lauren under the bus, but like I'll be around killing them, and she's just like, just leave them. It doesn't bother me having a fuck ton of flies in our house. I'm just like,
Well, it should. Throw Buttercup an apple. Flies are dirty.
You can't.
What if I hit her?
Don't hit
Where
her.
is she? She's to the left.
Yeah, she's by the
She ain't
trees.
gonna see it.
Just throw it towards, like, by the grill and see if she sees it.
I'm gonna throw it through the two trees.
No,
right
you're
there.
not. You're gonna hit
I'm gonna
the
throw
tree.
it through these two.
Do
right
it.
there.
Okay.
Do it.
You do that.
It's guaranteed he's gonna hit it.
Oh, just
nailed it. It's almost no way to
you
not
can
do
see
that.
it splatter everywhere.
Like
Now she doesn't get an apple.
know.
He
I got two
splattered
more.
it.
All right, I'll try a little harder.
Oh.
Go between the trees.
No. Just throw it over by the
Between
green
the
chair.
trees.
Oh, I hit her.
Aw.
She
Did she
did-
get it, though?
It bounced her leg, so she might notice it.
No,
I see
she
her.
hasn't moved, has she?
She looked like... what
She
that?
was like, "What was that?"
I hit her. It bounced off the ground. It hit her in the leg, and she didn't
Maybe
notice.
she's eating something, but
Grass.
turn around and see.
She's not eating
Look.
it. I don't have to turn around. This is all I see is Buttercup in the window.
Man, you could really spy on the neighbors good that way.
I've seen the neighbor out right here just playing with his dog the whole time. I was watching him play frisbee in the mirror,
and he didn't know you were watching him. I wonder what that looks like to have somebody outside staring at your house with a microphone.
I look like a real weirdo.
talking to the window.
He can't. He just hears me talking to myself.
Yeah. Who thinks you're a total weirdo? I mean, you got quite a. What do you got? You got a Pepsi. You got some food out there. You got a bowl of sour cream. What are you making, tacos?
I should have gave him a taco shell. How was that chicken?
It's delicious. I mean, it
is
cooled down
good.
right in time to go back on air, so I haven't eaten. It's full. I can't eat it because
it's a tragedy.
It is a tragedy.
Man, now it's all cold.
Mom's really. She's not. I don't think she's as concerned as you think about the coronavirus. Like,
Why?
just because you.
Because I walked outside.
I mean, we've been looking for. What is that thing?
Come on, do it.
You can
You can say it.
What is the device that gives you internet that we've been
The
looking for?
mobile router?
Yeah, I mean, we were looking for the mobile router together. She's been giving me all this. Like, I was like, when
Not
I was coming
today.
over, I thought you guys were real serious.
Not today.
Real serious. I was like, all right, just put some stuff on the porch, and I'll come pick it up. But no, she was out there handing it to me, and we were giving each other stuff. Like,
No, like what? He's just a liar.
well, I mean,
I'm
I was
being
just-
careful, and I'll hand him something. But
That's all it
I'm
takes.
not like hugging him or touching him or nothing. And that was
Corona
that
Donna.
was 3 or 4 days ago. That was when I was still out going to the store, Trace. I was still going to the store.
Are you done going to the store?
I haven't gone to the store in 2 days.
Yeah, I think we're 2 days in. Look, man, we're just hanging out. We're just going to chill out for a while.
Kimmy says, just go hand it to Buttercup.
I know. Just go give her a fucking apple.
All right. Go give her an apple.
You show her where the other one is.
Clean up those pieces.
Was that her?
Yeah, it was.
That means the other ones are going to come running, so he better hurry up before they get there.
As soon as she makes that noise is come running, everyone. There's food.
Yes. It's like you try to go out and go, be quiet. Why don't you?
I got one apple. It's just for you, Buttercup.
And then they all come running.
Look
It's
at
like,
me go. Here they come.
Oh, are they? Yep. They just hear
hey, where's my apples? Now, do you have to go get the horse's apples now, babe? Go ahead if you got to go get the horse's apples.
I'll just throw them out a carrot.
I mean, they're feeling neglected. You got to have enough apples. When will we learn for every single horse? I wish it wasn't quite as bright. You could see him a little better. Mingo's scratching her face on the post. She called the other ones.
Man, they're right when people say they can't smell it, but when they say animals can smell your fear,
yeah.
Like I finally got it. They can't smell it, but they can sense it somehow. And ever since I've been like, fuck it, I'm not afraid of that horse Mingo.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fuck with me.
Yeah.
All right. I got a bunch of carrots. I want to make it through those 2 trees.
Here he goes.
Oh, yeah. I did it.
He did it.
Did anybody get the carrot?
No.
Buttercup is.
Throw Mingo and Mama.
This is the future of entertainment with coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so far, they look pretty accurate. All of them have cleared the fence. Let's see.
Throwing carrots at horses can't be animal cruelty, right?
No. Let's see
They're
which dumb horse gets the least carrots.
They are so stupid, man. Horses are.
They just can't see directly in front of them. Their eyes are on the sides
The whole
of their
shebang.
heads.
Horses are stupid. There's no ifs, ands, or buts
Can
about
we do
it.
a T-shirt like that? Horses are stupid.
Yes, they are.
I think they're stupid.
I was brushing Buttercup yesterday because she's got Cushing's where she doesn't shed. She's old.
Yeah.
She doesn't shed well, so you have to either shave her or, you got to give her the medicine for Cushing's, but she won't eat it. And she won't eat her feed. If you put it in it, she won't.
We just got to shave her. We just got to shave her.
So I was brushing her. And then I stopped and I was brushing Mama a little bit. And then I went back to Buttercup. And as I'm brushing her, Mama just kept coming up and nudging me. She kept coming nudging me like, I like that. Can you keep brushing me?
That's surprising.
Uh-huh. And
She
then I
made
was
that up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
And then she came.
Horse propaganda, Trace.
No, she did. She kept coming nudging my back, and I was like,
only when they want something from
brushed.
you. They want food. They want.
And then I was brushing on this side of Buttercup, and she put her head on Buttercup's butt. And Buttercup kind of got mad about it.
and kicked you in the face.
If they could speak, they would just been saying, "Brush me, brush me."
Well, wouldn't you?
Brush me.
It's just
Feels
like
good.
It's just like dogs. Food. Squirrel. Food. Lick butt. Squirrel. Food. To me, that's what a dog thinks.
We have one of our the dogs that hang around our house die for 15 minutes. It didn't die, but it was just completely 100% unresponsive.
Why?
Well, we had a pool party.
When was this?
A couple days ago.
A dog died?
No, it was fine. But we were having a pool party that day, a birthday party across the property, and the dog was running around and eating pizza and stuff all day because we've got a bunch of pizza and everybody was giving their crust to the dog. And I don't know what it did to this dog, but this dog was just on its side, laying there. Just like, and we'd shake it, we'd kick it, like, not kicking it hard, just like moving it with your foot, and it's just not going anywhere, not doing anything. Its eyes are open, and it's breathing, but it's just like. And so we called the owner of it. We're like, hey, I think this dog, and it's late at night too.
Yeah.
And we call him, and as soon as we call him, it just was like, it shook it off and got up.
Oh.
And we're like, oh, sorry for calling. But
Did it eat some weed?
Yeah.
No.
Were you barbecuing?
It ate pizza crust.
Okay.
That's what it ate.
I'm just saying, I've had dogs, like if people are barbecuing, you know how the oil drips out of the thing?
Oh, yeah.
And they get sick. They'll eat that.
Oh, they'll eat it
They'll
all.
just
They'll
lick the grass
lick it.
until they can't anymore, And then they'll go lay down because they're just sick to their stomach from oil.
yeah.
I've had that happen a long time ago. I think Poochie or maybe
It might have been
Poochie.
Poochie,
I was
Or
going to say
Wiley?
even Wiley, maybe. It was a long time ago, and it was like we realized that they'd
Ate a pound of grease in
grease.
their gut, and it probably hardened up. You know the
and I know people that have had their dogs eat weed.
yeah.
I know what happens.
And
I know what
and
that
they-
looks like.
Yep, they OD
They're
and then
okay.
they're fine.
They're okay. And then someone had a dog eat a bunch of weed cookies, and they called me. They're like, "What do I told them exactly what to do, and they're like, "That's exactly what happened." I was like, first of all, get them off your bed because they're gonna pee themselves.
Yep.
So they were like, got him off the bed, and they're like, "That's exactly what happened. He peed all over the place." I was like, "Get him off your bed. He's gonna pee, and then just put him in a dog cage or somewhere where they can't move around because they don't want to walk. They're gonna try to walk, and they're gonna fall over, and then just keep an eye on their breathing, and they'll be fine." And it takes, and someone had
Takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a little while, maybe a day. You just keep an eye on them, maybe about 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours, and they just lay there and breathe. They're fine.
Land Shrimp said, did you give onions? Very bad for dogs.
Yeah, onions are bad too.
I was a little bit worried that one time I was eating that onion. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I said I could eat a whole onion raw,
Yeah.
and so I had to eat a whole onion raw.
You didn't do it, did you?
Yeah, we
Did you eat the whole thing?
I mean, if anything, it was. I felt like it's bad. I can't. You ever put cocaine in your mouth and it made it numb?
So it made your whole mouth inside of your mouth numb.
Oh, real bad, but not even the good numb. Like it was like a burning numb sensation in my mouth all day long, and I had heartburn.
All day long.
And I was just. It was a pretty shitty feeling. I felt like shit.
That was from eating an onion?
An entire.
an
It was a
entire
big.
onion.
It was a big
Wow.
ass.
Big
it was a
onion.
Big ass, bigger than an apple.
Oh,
onion.
wow.
And I ate the whole thing, and it was. I mean, I love onions, and I didn't know I could, like 2/3 of the way through, I was like, I cannot eat another bite of an onion.
So you can't live on onions.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess you just got to eat them slowly.
Eat them
Yeah.
slower. I was really getting into mine. I was like, I love onions. This is gonna be no problem. And then I had like 20 minutes in, I'm Googling, can you die from eating onions?
Eating a whole onion. They're intense. Onions are intense.
It's a lot.
So I was just trying to help people with, if you ever have an animal eat weed, to know what it looks like. I know people and they've taken them to the vet, and by the time they got to the vet, they're like, he seems like he's not so bad now. So if you smoke weed and you have a cat or a dog, and they're ever just like start drooling and fall, kind of not being able to walk, and maybe they got a hold of your weed. And mostly they're going to be okay. I've even had a cat. Someone, we went through that with someone with one of their cats. And the cat it took longer to get out of the cat's system. It took maybe a day and a half. But they just put it, I was like, just keep an eye on him, make sure he's breathing.
I mean, yeah, sometimes it's not that
cage.
long. Sometimes it's not even nearly that long. Sometimes a few hours and they're okay. Depends on what they ate and
how
how
big
much
they are, and you don't know how much they ate. But the cat, had quite a bit. And it was like, I was like, just put him in the cage so he can't walk around and hurt himself. You know, he'll keep trying to walk around and they'll fall over. And then they're
Pulling the trace.
They were like this, you know, they didn't want to, they kept squinting their eyes. You know, it kind of freaked them out. So they were squinting their eyes a lot if you tried to touch them. So just don't touch them that much. They don't want to be touched.
Yeah. And some of them.
And then they just laid there and they breathe and it's fine. They kind of drool. And then about a day and a half, they're
like
good
a
as
normal
new.
motherfucker
I mean,
getting
because there's
high.
nothing they're going to do at the vet unless he's dying, which none of them ever
there's
were
nothing
dying.
they can
They're
do.
just going to put him on fluids. That's it. That's all they're going to do is put him on fluids. And then I don't know
cat
if they
has
report.
cotton mouth.
I don't know if they'll report you or not. I don't think they should.
I don't know.
It's not. You know.
I mean, it's not illegal to.
It's not animal cruelty. It's
ingest
just
it.
an accident happened. You know,
There
something
ain't
like that.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's animal cruelty. That's an accident.
And I'm not talking just getting your cat or dog high by blowing smoke at them. Don't do that.
If
That's
they've
cruel.
eaten, usually when they eat it.
Yeah.
I mean that
But
like,
they don't like it.
initially they look like they're like dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean they're just like completely.
I mean, I would never give a dog or cat weed, but I mean, I know people who have dogs that blow the smoke, and I don't think that's animal cruelty. Like the dog can walk away.
Now, Trace, you've
I
always
never did that.
I think you've probably heard as well as most people that you have to light weed. Like you can bake it because that's you have to raise the temperature and it releases something. You have to cook it or light it and smoke it. Just raw weed you can't. Like I couldn't eat raw weed and you get high. I always heard that.
Yes,
but
But
animals,
why do animals, yeah.
can eat raw weed and they get high.
I don't know. I've always wondered that. If I ate a pound of weed right now, am I not going to get high at all? I don't believe that. Maybe it has less of an effect because it's not as activated. But I think if I ate a lot of weed, I'd probably get stoned, right?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to do some research on that. But I know it. It's different on animals. Animals have no problem eating it and getting high.
Like, what is this
Land
world?
Shrimp says my dog, unless my dogs have thumbs, they're not getting into my mason jars. And then Michaela says my dog ate a pot brownie. I took him to the vet because I was more worried about the chocolate. They gave him a chemical to make him puke. See, they don't even need that. Chocolate it's got to be a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, that's like
not just one brownie.
It's like they say this a real lot of chocolate.
And it's like dark chocolate even, I think, is worse. Because
that's something that's been hyped up through the ages that nobody really checks out.
Yeah.
They're like, your dog eats a Hershey's Kiss, they're taking him to the vet.
Yeah,
it's like,
don't do that.
Dogs eat chocolate all the time.
But a lot of people don't realize, until they are going to the vet, they're like, oh, wait, did this dog get a hold of some weed?
Yeah. Because initially, like I said, you're like, oh my God,
they're like they've been poisoned or something,
She just peed herself and she's unresponsive.
Yeah, it's like, and then by the time they got to the vet, it was like, oh, she seems okay.
Yeah, it's just a little weed.
Yeah, bunch of chocolate. Yeah, a bunch of it's a lot of chocolate that they've got to eat. Like maybe if they ate a whole bag of chocolate, you might want to take them and have them make them puke.
Man, stuff is just it's so expensive. I can't get it. Like, why is whatever happened to this world to where you got to pay $100 or like $300 for an ounce of weed?
Right?
Like it should cost as much as a banana, right? It's just a fucking plant that grows.
Mm-hmm. But it's the risk you're paying for. That's what I think.
There's
so
no risk.
To me, when people are just selling weed, it's that risk of going to jail that you're paying for.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought, well, when they start selling it at stores, the risk has gone down. The stores shouldn't sell that.
They had to
for
figure
that
out.
much.
They're like, we got to get in on this business, but we can't just make it legal or nobody will pay for it. It's like the whole weed thing. It just explains our entire country, right?
I mean,
like,
because when I was in high school, we used to sell joints for $1, and we used to roll some fat ass joints. I mean, we would roll a whole bag of joints and sell them for $1 each.
It's about $11 for a joint at a dispensary.
Yeah.
And it's
They
like,
got
for
us.
a joint.
They got us.
It's like something that somebody just fucking put a seed in the fucking ground and it grew into 50 joints. Now they make $1,000 off this plant. It's like, it's just a plant.
Yeah. That's why they don't want anyone to be allowed to grow it.
They got us on that one too.
Mm-hmm. They got you on everything.
And you can freaking, people could grow it. You can grow it in your backyard. You can grow it in your basement. It should be free to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's preposterous. It's just another bunch of preposterous bullshit that we're forced to deal with.
And then they'll treat you like you should be killed. You know what I mean? If they ever
had marijuana in his system.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, if someone got, have you ever seen on TV when they raid like someone's house because they got marijuana and they handcuff them and throw them to the ground or something? It's like, are you treating that person like a freaking common criminal?
They'd be like, imagine if that was like Trey said, bananas. It's like, you got bananas. Yeah, he's got bananas. Cuff him.
Shit. Too much potassium.
Cuff him.
Yep.
It's absolutely insane.
It's bananas.
Uncut Meaty Mandingo gifted a sub to Ricky Smalls. Thank you, Uncut Meaty Mandingo. Woo, 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 woo.
I think everybody can rest easy. I want everybody to know that everything is going to be all right. Because Ivanka Trump is now assisting in coronavirus vaccine research. I guess.
What the F is that all about?
I want to see her in a fake lab coat, looking in a microscope.
What is she doing that for?
Oh, you can't see it. It'll come up, Trace. I got it full screen share.
Tell me what she's doing that for.
Okay. Because
if there
she
was
cares.
a deadly virus in a lab.
Oh, she is. I was joking. Oh my God. She's
look at her. And look at this lady. She's going, what the fuck is this lady? It's just like the people standing behind her dad go, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Is this a real story? Like, I've given up all hope in humanity. If they're like, she's really
U.S. News and World Report.
I mean, this is a photo shoot, right? This is a photo shoot.
Yes, that's all it is. You're not going to catch me in a lab with a deadly virus. I'd be like, no thanks. Pass on that.
Ivanka is deeply interested in working towards a coronavirus cure on the ground level, and she works in a lab with researchers up to 60 hours a week.
That's fucking bullshit.
10 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah. She's working her ass off. Look at my daughter. She's working her ass off.
Yeah, she's doing
She's
beautiful
getting you
things.
the vaccine. So now they're going to try to say that Ivanka's the one that came up with the vaccine.
So. I hope they say that.
My daughter came up with the vaccine. Isn't she great?
I knew she would. I knew from the beginning that Ivanka would save it. God.
I mean, I'm not gonna hate on blondes. Like, I thought she was a dumb blonde. Like, did she go to college?
Blonde. I mean, she's my daughter.
Did she go to college?
Yeah, she did.
She went to college, and Trump was her dad. Let's just put it that way.
Don't you just get past?
I'm pretty sure Eric might have went to college too, and Trump's his dad. So
hey, look at this picture. See, they got us to do walk around with Secret Service people while they're trying to cure the coronavirus. She says, I did major in economics at the Wharton School, explained Ivanka.
I swear my dad didn't give him a ton of money.
Before that, I was always interested in medicine and how the human body works.
Interested is about it.
I mean, listen, obviously I know more than the average person when it comes to medicine and anatomy. I did study it for 2 years of my life. But this isn't about me. This is about helping the American people.
A lot of people studied Spanish 4 years of their life in school and walk out and don't know anything.
Gato means cat. That's about all I got out of 6 years of Spanish. Ustedes. That's what my teacher, she just repeated it all day long. She's like, ustedes. I was like, what are you talking about?
And the people at the place where she works say, I appreciate the sentiment, I really do. But this has created a media circus, and it has slowed down our process quite a bit, to the point where I believe Ivanka being here is counterproductive to our collective goal.
Oh, no shit.
They're going to get fired.
Look at that picture, Trace. She's measuring. She got the little vial.
She got her little lips pierced.
What a joke.
She has her lip pierced?
No, I meant like
perked. I was like, that's
fishied.
Yeah.
Destro says Ivanka's role is defeating the coronavirus pandemic. It's huge.
Don't worry. I got my daughter on it. She's going to come up with a cure tomorrow.
She says, I'm learning a lot. I'm having fun. I know a high majority of the staff appreciates me.
Oh, yeah.
But more importantly, despite what people say, I know that I'm making an impact.
Does she say that?
Uh-huh.
The staff appreciates her. What else are they going to do? Your fucking dad's the president. They'd be like, oh, yeah. And then behind her back, like every other job, they're going, can somebody get her the fuck out of here?
Yeah, hey, this girl's not qualified. Get her out of here. And then they come arrest you.
She thinks she's a fucking scientist because she went to school. And studied something for 2 years.
I mean, they're getting her to put water into water. Like, that's what they're getting her to do. And she probably thinks she's actually helping.
They said, put a drop of red food color in that, please.
Yeah.
And make her think she's doing something. And then can we get her the fuck out of here?
I remember the last day of a quarter in one of my science classes. We were doing this whole experiment, right? And we were heating up water. And we were checking the temperature and then cooling it down and checking the temperature. And one of the students it was middle school. One of the students just out of nowhere turns to the teacher and is like, are you just making us boil water because it's the last day of the semester? And the teacher just started cracking up. It's like, yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what they're doing with Ivanka.
And a shout out to Mike Miller in North Dakota. He says that North Dakota is a hotbed of ClusterF support. He said he spread the word, and there's a ton of people up in North Dakota. I said, oh, cool.
Woo, North Dakota.
North Dakota strong.
How do they talk? Do they Dakota?
I don't know. I have no idea how North Dakotans talk. We need to start supporting the North Dakota State football team.
What's a high temperature in North Dakota?
It's pretty fucking cold.
All the time?
No, but most.
But I mean, like
everywhere it gets hot,
is
right?
It like? I know that's what I'm wondering. Does it get like when we lived in Iowa? I remember you were doing some remotes and stuff, and it was hot as hell. It was like
in the hundreds. It was
it's hot.
It was 106 when we were in Iowa. Yeah. It was the coldest winter, and the hottest summer. 106.
Mm-hmm. So does North Dakota get into the 90s, or does it like stay in the 70s year round?
I think it doesn't Alaska get in the 80s? Some parts of the year?
Probably maybe a month or I don't know. Let's see.
That's
North Dakota equals South Canada, eh?
This dog's really distracting me.
What dog?
The one in the neighbor's yard that I'm staring at.
Oh, see, they go outside with that dog more than anybody I've ever seen.
He's got it down.
That dog is just obsessed with that Frisbee. He won't even leave that guy's side with that. He gets a Frisbee and brings it back to him.
It's unbelievable to you guys to see
fuck you. I know what you're going to say. I'm going to fucking pound you. Fucking head.
It is a good, well-trained dog.
It is a well-trained dog. It's very well trained.
And if I only had, if I only had one dog, I could train a dog. Anything that these dogs do, like sit, stay, shake, sit up, I've trained them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you do that.
But it's too much. When you got 6 dogs, I can't train them to stay. That's the one thing, because you have to really go out and work with them to train them to stay and come. I can get him, like, he'll take all the dogs outside, and then he'll come get me and say, can you call the dogs in? Because
they don't respect me.
They don't respect him because he has no authority. But I have taught exactly. Have I not taught them my whistle when I whistle?
Yeah.
So what do? Yep. They turn and run.
They turn and come.
But if it's like if there was a deer down there, they wouldn't.
No.
They wouldn't do that.
That takes a lot of training.
A lot of training, and I just don't have.
We were watching a video of a guy trying to train who's showing people how to train your dog not to go after deer, and you got to have a long leash, and you got to go through this whole process. And I'm like, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
With 6 dogs, with 3 dogs, we'd have to train. to not chase deer.
So I mean, even you guys right now are just saying like we're just like fuck it, like we're not going to train our dogs. It's too much work.
Yeah.
But then I say your dogs are untrained. You're like, oh, it's not our fault.
Because you act like we're
Too much
horrible
work, man.
people. It's like
right?
6 dogs, you can't train 6
Too
dogs.
much work.
Too much work.
it is, but he acts like we're horrible people because our dogs aren't.
I never act
completely
like you were
trained.
horrible people.
He acts like you're dogs. It's like no. You know what I always tell you. You know I deliver flowers and I see people's dogs. None of their dogs are trained. They've only got one because you always try to act like your dogs are the only dogs that are like that. No, they're not. I delivered last week to somebody, and I knocked at I rang the doorbell, and what's that?
All
a
I'm
Doberman.
saying
Listen,
is
I'm
you
telling
have
a
to
story.
assume
Shut
a
up.
little bit of
Telling a story.
responsibility
Shut
for
up.
getting
Shut
6
up.
dogs.
Shut
You
up.
can't. It's too much.
Well, yeah, we've said that before. We ended up with, we had a stray dog that had puppies, and we ended up with too many dogs.
We made bad choices. We got too many dogs.
Kept too many of. We kept 2 of them, and then we kept her because nobody'd want.
Look,
I got rid of all the puppies.
I take those dogs out several times a day. I sit with them. I'll sit in a chair or I'll walk around with them. I'll play with them. And I watch them to make sure they don't bother anybody or cause any mayhem. And then I bring them back in the house. The dogs don't cause anyone any harm.
I mean, me and Lauren really want a dog, a puppy, but we're just like we can't handle that.
That's a responsibility.
We can't handle that right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, we're not anywhere near getting a dog at all.
So I went and delivered, and this guy, I rang the doorbell, and the Doberman right at the door. Rah, 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 rah. I was like, oh, fuck, don't open that door, please. I'm just going to set this here. And I went to set it down, and they came to the door. I was like, shit, that dog. Don't let that dog out. And so he's like holding the dog in with his leg, but he's not really even looking at him. And I was like, here, bye, thank you. And I turned around and walk away. And all of a sudden, I hear, oh, no. And something just bashes up against the back of my leg. And it was a little, like, Chihuahua type fluffy black fat dog. He just bit me right in my calf. So not everybody's dogs are trained, and they only had 2. I was just lucky. I was just glad it wasn't the Doberman. I never even seen the little dog. I just had my eye on that Doberman. And all of a sudden, that little black dog came out and just bit the back of my leg. He's like, oh, sorry.
Delivering, like, how many cars do people have nowadays? Like, I'll go to a house with 3 cars in the driveway and nobody's home. I'm like, who the fuck do all these cars belong to?
I think people don't like answering their door because I do stand there sometimes and I'm like, all right, there's 3 cars here. Could somebody just come to the fucking door? I don't have all fucking day to stand here while you mill about wondering who's at your front door. And I'll just set it down and then go in the car and call them and go, hey, there's some flowers at your front door. I think people don't like to answer the door. Or maybe they're sleeping, or maybe they're just getting out of the shower.
They don't know you're coming.
Yeah.
Flower delivery guy's always unannounced.
Mm-hmm.
I finally found the temperatures for North Dakota.
I was looking in the chat to see.
January, the average high is 21 degrees.
Whew.
The average low is 0. February, 28 degrees. Average low is 7. In March, the average high is 40 degrees. That's not too bad.
No.
The low is 19.
40 is pretty cold.
April, high of 55, low of 30. May, the average high is 69. So that's like...
Is that summer?
That's nice, though. But if your average high is 69, that's a pretty nice day, and your average low is 52. In June, the average high is 77. That's perfect. July, the average high is 84. August, 83. September 71, that's nice. October 58, it's bearable, and then November 38's the average high. December's 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. The temperature average is 40 or below.
No, I mean that's
not
like
it's not horrible.
It's not bad at all.
I mean, if I don't want to live there, but if I had to, I mean, it's probably there's probably just massive expanses of land and nature, and it's probably the people are probably very
happy,
down home and happy, and
maybe
you would think we got a hotbed up in North Dakota though.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see. If you lived in North Dakota, you'd have a much better chance of not getting the corona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could easily social distance when you live 7 miles from your
Yeah.
nearest neighbor.
Right? And Mike Miller, that was his name, right? Mike Miller, he's up there spreading the word for us.
Thank you, Mike
Thank
Miller.
you. We got 2 people in chat saying thank you for keeping Bella.
Oh,
Uncut Meaty Mandingo and Miko's Chew Toy. They both got a puppy. Or
Yeah, she was
2 puppies.
Yeah, she's. I mean, you really think of like things like when I saw her running in the backyard and then circling around there. That changed our lives drastically because
Sure
we've been
did.
dealing with these hound dogs for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to just let the dogs out. Go play, dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Come back when you're done.
Yeah.
You good dogs.
The good dogs.
Oh.
Is Bella and Blue good dogs? When you got them out there?
Yeah, they're.
So is it just Baxter,
Blue,
big old
Blue,
Bax-
but Blue, you know how she barks.
Yeah.
She barks worse than any of them, and you can't stop her, and you can't catch her to get her to stop barking.
Yeah, but the little yappy dog's the worst in my book.
We put the bark collar on him yesterday that beeps, and we thought Buzz. Buzz is afraid of fucking everything.
Yeah.
He's very, he's timid about things like that.
Barking at the bark collar?
So he's barking, and it's going beep, beep, and he barks so much it was just like beep, and he's going, like he's so stupid he can't even associate it. He's
but
just so
then
stupid.
When you handed me Buzz, you were like, take this fucking dog inside. So you handed me Buzz, and I had the collar in my hand, and I blew, you can blow into the little hole to see if it's working. And she didn't like that at all. He's like, It's like, well, if you're so fucking scared of it.
Don't ask me. He's
barking. I'm telling you, he's barking at the bark collar.
Probably. I totally believe that. That's Buzz for you.
Dog talk.
Dog talk.
But he says my favorite. Dog talk, my favorite.
You want to take a break or just let
one
me
of
pee?
Bella's puppies lives in Ecuador
if you got to
now.
pee, I'll pee, and we'll take a quick break.
He's quarantined in Ecuador.
Who is?
One of Bella's puppies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Man, see, that's the bummer, man. If you get quarantined or nothing.
I mean, was he trying to leave? Is Levi trying to leave? Or is he just going to stay there anyway because he's working?
But what sucks is, you lose your job in another country.
Yeah.
Are they really worried about taking care of you? Or, you're like,
Right.
hey, I don't have any money and I don't have a job and I'm in Ecuador.
Is Ecuador fine? Like, I know a lot of people that talk about Ecuador, and it's just like the United States, right? It's pretty chill.
I have no idea. I've never done any research on Ecuador. I would.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
I wouldn't think it was just like the United States.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna call Levi out, but he's not like a super rugged dude.
He's a mountain climber.
He's a mountain climber. I'm talking about like he. If Ecuador was a ghetto, I don't know if he'd do the greatest in the straight hood.
But you
of
would.
Ecuador.
Trace would.
I'm not saying I would.
Trace would.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I mean, who would do the best there?
I know how to.
Not too many people.
I know how to survive in the ghetto as in the United States. All you got to do is just look poorer than everybody else. That's the.
That's what Trace did when he was walking around
Right?
after he lost his car.
You just look poor. You like rip your shirt a little bit, take your shoes off. Like nobody's gonna rob
That is
somebody
true.
looking
That is
homeless
true.
as fuck.
I usually do pretty good in the hood. I'm like, hey man, what's going on?
I can fucking see you walking over to people and doing that and getting shot within like 3 seconds.
What's up, SA?
Fuck you say to me, bro. Gone.
Miko's True Toy says Miko is the greatest protector ever. She definitely keeps us safe. That is for sure. They are definitely protectors.
Yeah, oh brother, brother. That's what you say to Harper. Oh brother, McGother.
Harper likes that, and Pop Pop says it quite often. Oh brother, McGother. Just to entertain Harper.
Bella's very protective. She's
Yes.
of course. If she hears a gunshot, she's done for.
Yeah, it's like, how was she a hunting dog?
Did she have maybe she had a bad experience with a gun? Went off close
Maybe
to her.
that's
or
why
something?
she went running off. But she's definitely got some wounds on her, as if she was a hunting
because
dog.
she's got some skills.
Yeah,
because she will take down.
She taught
any of those dogs.
every one of these dogs, not just her puppies. She taught and she still does. Every time they go out there, she's still teaching them how to take down an animal. She teaches them about how to grab the neck. She teaches
the haunch.
them to, yeah.
Baxter, as big and fast as he is, he'll get about 10 yards, and then he starts. You can see, what would you call that? Like knowing that his haunch is going to get bitten, and he's like, and he weighs twice as much as her, and she just takes him down, and then gets him by the throat, and goes, "That's how you do it."
Then she taught our other dogs that didn't know that stuff.
Our good dogs
how to do it.
are turning into hound dogs.
Right.
There goes the neighborhood.
Bella the human's pretty crazy too, man. We had the BB gun out the other day,
Bella
shooting
the
with the
human.
girls, and like Harper's like, I don't want to do it. Like we had the 22 out. It's a little louder, but Harper wants no part of that, right? Shooting a gun.
Yeah.
And Bella's just like, give me it. And she, like, I'm sitting there and showing her how to use it. And she'll shoot something and just be like, now let's go see what we did. And she wants to go inspect it, like, and see what she shot.
So that doesn't scare her at all?
No. She just wants to do it over and over again.
She's three, right?
You don't let her handle that herself, right?
She would shoot me in the fucking face if I let her handle it
Just
herself.
making sure.
Yeah.
No.
And Bella wouldn't feel bad about it either.
I killed my daddy.
She's cold.
I killed my daddy. Let's go see what we did to him.
She's a stone cold killer, man.
Oh.
The Long Dong Silverfish says, that's what I say too, Trace. Always look homeless.
Why are we talking about guns?
Because of Bella.
Oh, Bella.
Not liking loud sounds. You hear, you people shoot around here. You can hear it far away and stuff, and she'll run to the porch, man. She wants in. She don't want no part of it.
Yeah,
the other dogs are just like, where'd my mama go? Where'd that badass go? Oh, she's hiding up on the porch.
We were just saying, Don and I were saying, like, we'd like to know her story because, we found her. She was wandering the neighborhood, a pregnant stray, and she was, like, starving. And she's just so weird. And she was obviously a hunting dog, and she was pregnant, and she all her puppies look different, and she's just very weird. And she just does weird things. She's very possessive and very protective and just weird. She's a weird dog.
She just likes to, she's like, she'll lean on you. And if you try to push her away, she just pushes back so hard. You're like, ugh.
Because Trace, she's jacked. She's really jacked, Trace. She's so jacked. She's the perfect dog. Her teeth are so white.
Her teeth are very white.
All right, we were going to take a break, and then we forgot to take a break.
Pint-sized killer. That's what Bella the human.
It's like I would like to see. Tracy's going to accuse me of wanting to have sex with her again. I'd like to see her in some kind of agility
bikini
contest. She could walk around on two legs. She's that jacked.
Trace, why'd you give him an idea like that?
Oh, her glutes. Her glutes
when
are
nobody's home,
unbelievable.
I'm going to show up back at home, and Bella's going to have on a freaking bikini.
I didn't know you were coming home.
He's got that in his head right now. He's thinking about it.
Everybody's
six
thinking
bra
about
straps
it.
for all the nips.
What?
6 bra straps.
Oh my God. Yes, that did just get creepy.
Those puppies did ruin her nips, though. Those 9 puppies ruined her nips.
Nah, they're back to almost normal.
Just stop talking about the nips, man.
I'm just saying.
All right, let me find something to play here.
God.
I'm exhausted.
What's that? Are the horses still out there? Let me see.
Yeah, not really.
I thought I saw better. It's real bright out there.
Let's see. I'm going to play the Ned coronavirus song to start it off. Wash your hands and don't touch your mouth. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in to ClusterFuck. Having fun today. Thanks for tuning in.
You make it sound like we're leaving.
Every time.
We'll be back.
The other day.
We'll be back.
The other day when me and Lauren were going to do a show, Facebook Live after your show,
You probably
we
thought
could
it was
not
ending
fucking.
5
Every
times.
time we're like, oh, everybody get ready, they're ending. He's like, we're on, and we'll be back. I was like, what? We just ended the show and said we'll be back.
All right. Well, we're going to be back.
Cluster Fantastico, says Draclonis.
Cluster Fantastico. We'll be right back with more Clusterfuck. Thanks for tuning in.
And it's pretty good, and it's going to save us. It's going to save the country with that PSA about washing your hand and grandma. Here we go. I got a little tickle in my throat and my chest has got a rattle. Say it ain't so, baby. Looks like I got some COVID-19. Now each time I cough, I hear the CDC. They say, hey buddy, please come with me because you're getting quarantined. The CDC says you want to snuff this thing out, then just wash your fucking hands and keep them out of your mouth. Just a common sense, but they say it really kills old ladies and men that are gray. Do you really want your Nana to pass the fuck away? You said you're not worried, boy, I bet you'll be proud when your old granny and grandpappy are 6 feet in the ground. Now, I can't find toilet paper. The grocery stores are all out because we can't wash our hands and keep them out of our mouth. Now, you won't stay in your house. You refuse to stay in. That's why your meemaw's in ER and her outlook is pretty fucking grim. You say you came back from Italy and infected your flight. It's time for Granny and Grandpappy's permanent good night. The CDC says you want to snuff this thing out and just wash your fucking hands and keep them out of your mouth. What else you gonna do but laugh, people?
Oops, ran out. We get all hell was broken loose. He's riding that for Is this coming from? Can you hear that? There we go. Here we get you a little Tom Brady song.
Goodbye, Jameis, my old friend. Don't let the door hit your rear end. When you threw the ball, we stopped breathing. The defensive backs you were feeding. The frustration of 5 whole years down the drain. Fill me with rage. Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Please welcome Tom to his new home. At the top he stands alone. No more Jameis throwing to the wrong man. Tom's got 6 strings, he's a Superman. He rides into town with a smile that is so damn bright. He's our white knight. Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Next year the Bucks will probably draw 1 million people, maybe more. Did I mention Brady's got 6 rings? See his face and hear the angels sing. Watch him throwing bombs with touch that is so rare. Please cue Ric Flair. Woo! Now we've got Tom, not Jameis. Woo! Jameis said I'm out the door. He said Tampa you will eat crow. I'll come back and I will beat you. Maybe I will steal some crab legs too. Then he ate a W. What the hell?
That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
We're saying farewell to Jameis. Woo! And the fans say fucking A. Woo! Let's pick sixes in Tampa Bay. Woo! Jameis says, I give you fair warning. I will win a Super Bowl trophy. And Tom Brady said, I can't hear you, Jameis. Giselle's popping on my fucking knob. Just do your job. I'm thankful we've got Tom, not Jameis.
Welcome back to ClusterF.
Rise and shine. You awake? Rise and shine. I believe the people are waking up from sleeping long enough.
I need self-love.
I woke up to the morning thunder.
Put me in a good mood.
Awake from our slumber.
It's good having Trace back today.
I woke up to the morning thunder. I woke up to the morning thunder. I pulled these shades up off my eyes, and find out what they've been selling us is not as they advertise.
Where's the boy?
If like me, you feel like
He was riding four-wheelers, and now it's time to get back on the air, and he's nowhere to be found.
Was he in the pasture?
I don't know. I never actually saw him. I just heard him. I don't see him anywhere. He didn't crash, and he's not. It's Buttercup. All
Horses
right.
are out there.
Try and tell me.
Typhoid Trace missing in
Oh,
action.
the four-wheeler's out there.
Where is it? Huh?
Right there.
And he's probably like pooping or something.
In the woods. I don't think he can. I
might
didn't hear
be.
him come in.
I'm trying to listen.
There he is. I see a cloud of smoke right ahead of him. He was on the side of the house, probably peeing on the side of my house.
Welcome to the show, Trace.
And he's getting pretty dark. I should have changed that.
Is it getting? Oh, it's getting darker. I thought it would get lighter because
You want
the
me to lighten that up?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's great.
I
For,
kinda like it.
That's great for witness protection. I mean, you can't tell at all.
Like this.
There's no features on you at all. Cannot tell who that is. You might want to lighten that up a little. Let's see.
How are you going to lighten it up?
You have to go into the camera and lighten it up. Let's see what it looks like here.
Oh, in the actual camera.
Let me go back to him. All right. You want to try to lighten that up?
This is great witness protection, though.
It is perfect.
What did he say?
The guy, he talks like this. He was like, I saw him there smoking weed that day. Then I called the cops.
Let's see here.
I gotta crawl under the wire.
It's like the, it's always like motorcycle gangs and stuff. Some guy.
Show, babe. I'm gonna sit over here.
Some guy like from an old motorcycle gang, and they got him talking like this, and then he's all blacked out. And
what's he talking about?
I don't know.
It's not like Elvis out there.
Well, they always put the
better.
voice protector on them too.
to where they're sort of like this, and they're talking to the mic like this, and they're all blacked out.
Oh yeah, you can see me now.
That looks way better.
Man,
I can
see
if
why
you
I
need it
thought that.
lighter or no?
I just figured out what's wrong with that four-wheeler. Why I thought it was broken for so long.
Why? Because you left it in the rain in a puddle of mud for
No,
9 months.
it runs out of gas. Like whatever the tube situation inside of it is, it runs out of gas at half tank.
Why?
Like because like a tube coming from the bottom that would normally suck the gas in.
Yeah,
it must be like pushed up to
I
where
gotcha.
at like half tank, it runs out of gas. And I was like, I could not figure out what was wrong with it.
So you have
I'm
to
trying
just
to make
keep
the
it full.
background look normal, but I can't.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Oh, it looks like you're on LSD.
Is there Mingo? There's
that's
Mingo.
kinda cool,
Mingo's. There's Mama's to the right. I think that's Mingo there. Buttercup's right behind Trace. You can't see her. I like to look at horses grazing in the field. It makes things peaceful.
I hope I
Is
can
that
fix
okay?
my
Does that look
shotgun.
okay like that
Yeah.
then?
Yeah, that's good. That's much better. What'd you say?
Okay.
I hope I can fix my shotgun, like get the rust off. Do you think that's something you can actually do?
I don't know how rusty
Just
is
like
how rusty is this shotgun.
Grind it down or something? It's rusty. It's a rusty shotgun. And I
show it to Brandon. Brandon knows all those kind of things.
I
He'll
also,
say yes or no.
I've thought my .22 rifle didn't work for so long. And Lauren, I didn't know there was multiple .22 rounds for a .22 caliber.
You mean different what?
20
different sizes?
Millimeter? Is that a caliber?
22.
I don't know.
It's caliber, isn't it?
I think so. 22 millimeter.
Uncut Medium Indigo says it has a
It's
valve
caliber.
for the
20
reserve tank. Is that a valve?
No, it's if you turn it on the regular gas, it stops. Like it almost has to be a full tank for the on to work. Reserve is where it goes to like half tank. But the like I was saying, the .22 caliber rifle that I got,
yeah,
it takes longer bullets.
As opposed to what, a 22,
well, they got all
22
types
pistol?
of. I didn't know. Lauren, she was just like, "I'm going to the store. Do you need anything?" I was like, "Maybe you should get some bullets." And I was like, "Don't get any like 22 cal. I have one, but it's pretty shitty." I was like, "Get some 9mm," but because we both have 9mm, and apparently they didn't have any at Walmart because everything sold out.
Mm-hmm.
But she got some 22s that were longer. And I was like, I don't know if this will fit my gun. But apparently that's why the gun hasn't been working, because I've been using too short of bullets in it.
Well, that sounds believable. I'm not very much of a gun guy, so I can't tell you anything. What's up, Terra Twist Special? Setting Hooks just subscribed. Thank you, Setting Hooks. Can you turn me up there?
No.
Okay.
Where?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I can't remember what number it is. It's the one.
Sean Rass says Walmart doesn't sell handgun ammo anymore. I didn't know that. I wanted to get a rifle at Walmart, but they're like $400. I'm like, this is a Walmart rifle, probably made in China, and I'm gonna pay $400 for it? No way. Probably got Corona too.
The real entertainment is me and Donna crawling underneath that taped down.
That was pretty entertaining.
Headphone cord. We each have to take turns getting down on our hands and knees and crawling under the cord because it's about 2.5 feet off the ground.
I mean, you guys are pretty agile. I'll give you that. Is it agile or agile?
I've heard both. I've heard both. I think if you want to be cool, you say agile.
Yeah.
That's kind of when you want to cool it up. And just a regular, you say agile. Agile. Now they both sound stupid. Agile. Stupid. They both sound stupid.
Man, how illegal is it to kill songbirds? I know you've said it. It's definitely illegal.
Well, you're the master of bird law.
I'm studying right now. This is my study session.
Okay. This is a hypothetical bird law question.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to shoot a songbird. I've done it when I was a kid, and it didn't feel good.
No, it's not cool.
But I'm just wondering, like, if you get caught doing that, what is the charge? Is that like a misdemeanor, a felony?
Yeah.
Is it a ticket?
Maybe it's a fine. Because that's the only. Because they're not going to put you in jail for that. But for sure, a fine will, that'll learn you sometimes.
And what is it with the? What's the wildlife police called?
Fish and Game.
Fish and Game.
Fish and Wildlife.
Now they don't have to have a warrant to come in your house, right?
I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you, I thought you guys knew a little more, but
Nope.
I'm just saying they're allowed to come in your house without a warrant. But I'm guessing you're definitely not going to be able to help me with the rest of my question, since you don't even know that. But like, they have to have reasonable cause that you're doing something with animals, right?
I'm googling it right now.
Because they can also come onto your boat, like, no problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you're out boating, just drinking and boating, they can just be like, "Hey, come over here and tie up and search your boat." I've even heard cases where they'll take your boat apart and then like leave you floating.
No,
that's what my video productions teacher taught me.
So what? They'll
in
leave
his
you.
class, he was like, my friend had a boat and they came and tore it apart and then just were like, "Oh, no drugs," and left.
They left him like disabled in the ocean.
Yeah, and he had to get towed back.
I'm surprised they don't use that more often.
Use what?
Those powers?
If they don't have to have a warrant. Don't they just all right, fish and game, get to their house and go inside? I'm surprised they don't use that.
That's why I wanted to know about it.
It does say they have the right to inspect any container regardless of its location. For instance, a freezer in your basement, whether or not that freezer exists. So they can say, we got to look in your basement and see if you got a freezer. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a fact. The laws in many U.S. states allow game wardens to conduct certain types of searches with or without search warrants. Wow. That sounds like it.
See, Ricky Small says, "I don't know shit, but I promise they can't just come in your house." That's what I've heard from a lot of people. I think if you're suspected of doing like...
He said they can't?
Yeah, but I think they can.
On here you can.
I think if you're like, if you might have a snook that's not up to measurement, they can come in your house and find that shit.
It says in some instances, game wardens may actually have more power than police officers when it comes to warrantless searches of persons or vehicles.
See?
See, you can't even get the truth when there is a truth out there. This is not an abstract truth. There is a truth out there about Fish and Wildlife being able to search you, but you can't find it because everybody's got their own story. And you expect to find the truth about all this political BS? I mean, come on.
Good luck.
The truth isn't even close to being discovered by anybody.
I mean, what if this coronavirus thing, like, it's more over than not? Like, what if it's dying? Because, I mean...
it's going to be... that would be good. See, that's the best case scenario is this coronavirus is gone, and all they did was...
hype up some bullshit.
Well, they fucked up the economy already, though.
Oh, it's toast, right?
Well, because the bubble popped, which, I've been saying is going to pop for years. They pumped up the market to 29,000, and the housing, people are all living in $500,000 houses they can't afford. And so they had to pop the bubble with this corona, and now we're left holding the bag for all the money they stole. Yay. And they don't get the blame. Yippee-yo. Enjoy the shitty economy they're going to give us.
I'm starting to not get as worried about it anymore. Like
that's because
because he never was worried in the first place.
Because he doesn't watch the news. That's why I say young people.
We've been watching the news all day. That's all that's on our TV.
That's why I say young people don't care about it that much and why they're out frolicking around. Because the only thing they heard at first was their parents thinking you're giving them good information by saying, well, young people don't get it as much. But actually, that was a bad thing to do because then they all went, woo, we don't care then. We don't get it as much. And then you can't back them down from it and say, yeah, but you could be spreading it around. See, young people don't watch the news that much, so they're not worried. But if you watch the news, then you start getting, you hear it more and more and more. And then you hear them start saying, we may start open. They're like trying to give you hope. I think that's what Trump is doing, is trying to not trying to give you hope, but because I don't believe any of them care about that. He's just, trying to not sound as... Well, they're just trying to do the opposite of each other. They keep doing that. one will say something and the other will say complete different.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't
if you go
understand why they keep doing
see,
that.
if you go through Trump's timeline and take his actual words, you know, he started saying it's not a big deal, it's going to be fine, it's going to be gone in a month, everything's fine, great, it's not a pandemic, nothing's wrong, blah. And then his next words are, I always knew it was going to be a pandemic. I knew it from the beginning. And it's like, well, you did nothing and said there was nothing to worry about. And you said it was definitely not going to be a pandemic. And now you say that you said it was. You see, it's like, how come even people who believe in, you know, politicians, when confronted with their out and out lies, can't see them. So
Like-
I'm not a Trump hater. I'm just telling you what I heard.
I love Trump. Like for comedic value, watching the news when he's on.
Oh my God, he's awesome.
I love it. But I'll be with people that are talking about how funny it is and how goofy it is, and then when they get into, I lose them when they start getting into how great of a president he is and how he's like actually good. Like I'm like, he's not an actual good person. He just he's entertaining.
He's the ultimate puppet. He's the ultimate distraction puppet. I mean, you know, people say he's an outsider, and it's like, come on, man, this guy. You can tell this guy never cared about anybody. I'm not a Trump hater at all. Donna voted for him. This guy never cared about anybody but himself in his entire life. And if you can't see that, you're very poor judge of character.
Yeah, he's a rich guy that's totally full of himself.
He's a narcissistic billionaire.
Like most rich guys.
And narcissistic billionaires don't care about you. I mean, he just cares about himself. And I think he's a puppet. And, you know, they're manipulating him, you know, to do whatever they want. And this is what they want. This is what they want.
I mean, to me, all the proof I need is you can't just put one person in charge of a whole fucking country. That's
what they're acting like now.
I mean, I know they have different departments and everything, but ultimately he's supposed to be in charge of everything. It's like, no, he's not. You can't take someone that's just off the streets, you know, like even just a businessman.
Now I'm in charge of everything and everything's great.
And put him in charge of our whole country.
That's not what they do.
It's not even feasible.
And how many years did you hear him say, well, the president, you know, he can only go do so much. I mean, it's not, you know, got the Congress and you got all this. It's, you know, but now it's like Donald Trump runs the world.
Yeah.
I can do anything I want. You know,
it's like that is so not even believable.
That's
like taking someone. Sorry, that's like taking even just like DeSantis.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't think of his first name.
Ron.
You know, you can't just take someone like him and all of a sudden he's a governor of a whole state and knows exactly what to do and makes all the right choices. And it's like he's not even real. You know, there's many people in charge.
Yeah.
He's just the one they put. He's basically a spokesman.
Basically, all governors are a spokesman.
And presidents. They're just spokesmen. They know how to, they get the ones that can speak, you know, and prop them up there and tell them what to do and what to say. And, you know, they're the spokesman for the state.
Now, I don't like
how do you trust that they know what decisions to make about anything?
Good Americans.
I hate talking this politics and everything, but me and Lauren did. She actually did a bit of research and looked up the first, I think, five of them, and it was this post that said the top. It's hard for me to complete this thought. It's a lot of going on, but like the top 25 CEO businesses in the world, like Disney, that kind of stuff. Apparently, all the CEOs retired this year of the top 25 corporations in the world.
A lot of them did. I remember hearing.
A lot of them did.
Surprisingly, that kind of thing.
And they always say when you see that, it's all over. When you see that happening, and they know it's coming.
Right? I mean, it's done, right?
I'll have to research that.
But we're fucked.
But like I said, Google Joe Rogan. What Joe Rogan, all you have to do is to do Joe Rogan, what if we did nothing, and watch that video. And it's interesting because this guy just seems to deal with it from a numbers point, saying it doesn't matter how long you lock yourself up. As soon as you stop the quarantine, you're 2 weeks away from the entire population being infected. Mm-hmm. Said as soon as you open those doors, he's like, so I don't know. It's like, he's like inevitably everybody's just going to get it.
Well, that's how I felt. I felt like last night I was trying to convey to you that I was like, so we're basically quarantining for ever until we know the virus is gone. Because if we quarantine for 2 weeks to make sure we don't have it, the second we go out, we could get it. We have to quarantine again, so we can't really go anywhere till it's all over.
Now we're going to start, sending people back to China that have it, and it's going to be the exact opposite to where we're sending people there and then get infected again. It's not, it's not reasonable.
None of it's reasonable. None of it makes any sense. It's the most poorly executed whatever they're doing. The information, the reporting, the actual testing, everything they've done seems incredibly incompetent. And you can go on the internet and half the people will say this is not a big deal, and half of the people say we're totally fucked. So.
Speaking of Joe Rogan, like, that guy is the most laid back guy ever with the it factor, right? Like, he's got the it factor, but he's so chill and like laid back. Yeah,
but if you see his like comedy, he's way energetic.
Yeah,
it's way into it.
You're talking about on his show.
Yeah, like his show. He's got the most popular podcast there is out there, right?
Yep.
I mean, his show. He talks like this the whole time, and he gives you the facts and gives you the information, and kind of gets a little bit into stuff, and then smokes some weed, and like everybody loves it.
It's good stuff. He talks about interesting things, and he's open-minded, and he's very insightful. I'm a pretty big fan.
Oh, what was it? The moon landing. Joe back when he was on the show was really into Joe Rogan. Used to be like the moon landing's fake, like 100%. And then I guess did a switcheroo, and it's like it's real. And he was always like, did they get to him? Or did he just start believing?
Who knows?
I don't know, but I agree with people that can change their mind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they all, politicians, they change their mind because they're criminals. They change their mind because they want, something is in it for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like people that have open minds that can change their mind about things.
I mean, I'm changing my mind daily about this virus.
Hourly.
Trying to figure out what the hell's
it's like,
going on.
I have no idea what is happening.
I know that we're getting got in some way.
Are you being swayed any more towards the side that like there's not much going on? And it's just a hype job?
Yeah, but the way they shut down the world and are going to put us, at least, the best we could hope for is a global recession and possibly a depression. So it's going to be bad economic times for the world, and that's not good for people. It leads to a lot of misery, and so that sucks.
I did get worried about it a little bit, like the actual coronavirus, but I think I'm off that. I'm just like, we're fucked when it comes to the, what's it called, the stock market and stuff like that. We're fucked.
It's like you if you get coronavirus, there is probably a less than 1% chance that you're going to die. I mean, it's very low, but out of 1,000 young people, maybe 2 or 3 are going to die that weren't going to die, you know? So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the flu, it's higher than the flu. I mean, I'm just throwing out generalities here. It's worse than the flu as far as, like, if they let it eat, like I said, then in America, like 6 million people are going to die.
6 million? That's a lot of people.
And the flu doesn't kill near that many. So that's the difference.
Like, I mean, you're kind of throwing away your George Carlin talk that you've always told me about. You hope for the worst and just hope for chaos. Like,
I like to watch. I mean, I like to read about it, but when it actually happens, it sucks.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just like, Corona it up, man. I want to see how bad this shit can get.
I know it's it.
Nico's True Toy says we are definitely getting got. Just how? That's exactly.
It's the ultimate
just how.
Yeah, just how are they get? Because you can't figure it out. And because it's so convoluted, you can't figure it out at all. I like Uncut Meaty Mandigo says, Long Dong Silverfish and Drunk Kim, you will be on the winner's podium. Those two. Yep. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know how we're getting got some way, and I don't hear a lot of people saying. I mean, like the average person thinks we're getting got, but in the media, nobody's saying we're getting got at all.
Because they are got for sure.
I
They're
mean,
bought.
It's kind of scary that they're giving away trillions of dollars to big business, and the media is.
And they just report everything as if it's fact. Everything.
They don't put anybody on the other side going, you can't really just give people trillions of dollars and expect that to just be fine.
Yeah.
It's not how the world works.
Yeah, they don't, nothing.
I definitely think drunk Kim is in the clear. Her immune system's got to be up there, right?
Alcohol
I
killed
don't
it
know.
all.
Just biting people's
People
ears.
like to say
and
that kind of thing.
Her white blood cells are all intoxicated, and they rage. They rage against anything that comes near. They kick anything's ass.
Right?
Good or bad.
Like normal white blood cells are like a sober person. They're like, is this bad? Should we kick its ass? And hers are just like, fuck it. Let's kick its ass.
I think so.
Big Kahuna says, imagine a room with 100 people in it and one has to die. Do you enter that room?
Depends on how much you're paying me.
Yeah, I'm
down. Really? 100 people?
At this point in my life, if you just offered me several $1 million, I'd say, let's roll those dice. 1 in 100. That's
Let's
great.
play
That's great
like
odds. That's great odds.
Can we play like a basketball game or a football game first? Because I always get picked last and stuff until the first game. Like if I go to a pickup game of football that's going on, I'm gonna get picked last just because of how I look. But after the first game, I usually get picked like in the top.
Yeah, but it's a random. They're random in the picking somebody.
I know, but if they're just like this guy, I thought we were all gonna gang up and kill one person.
No. Let me read it again. Imagine a room with 100 people in it, and one has to die. He didn't really give the parameters. I'm saying it's just random. The odds are like they're picking us. They're drawing straws, and every person, you have a 100 chance of dying.
I guess I just have the option to not go in the room, right? In this scenario,
or you just don't go in.
I'm like,
it says,
should I go in?
It says, do you enter that room? That's the question. Do you enter the room, Trace?
It's just a room with a sign that said, if you go in, you might die. I'm like, I might go in. No, I'm not going in.
That's true. I mean, there should have been some reward, right?
Right? Just no, don't go in there.
It's like it's the shittiest room ever.
Some guy's gonna come in and chop one person's head off.
Yeah, I don't know where you got depends on how much money you're giving me. Like no one said anything about
that was
money.
my question.
Yeah,
because otherwise, why would you
go in that room?
Why would you go in?
Stay away.
Here's a room. If you walk in, you die. You're gonna go in, buddy, or not?
No.
Do you want to maybe die?
Chris Azy Johnny. 1,000 bits. Thank you, Chris Azy Johnny. I'm slow on the woo.
It's down.
It's woo. Okay. I can't even find it. Got SoFlo.
Or some SoFlo for Crazy Johnny.
There's the woo. There's the woo for Crazy Johnny. Thank you, Crazy Johnny.
Suck our dicks! Yeah, suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck
You guys can still see me, right?
Yep.
Have you sat in this chair?
No.
Did you do it during the break?
No.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I feel like I'm looking at you guys like crazy, and you're like, what is wrong with him? Because I'm like looking at stuff up in the trees.
No, see,
I did want to go look at that.
I keep feeling like he's looking at us. I just
can
keep
tell where
forgetting
you
that
are.
he can't see us.
I can see your chin, and I can see his arm.
See, because he looks
He's
that
in my
way,
arm.
so I feel like you're looking at us. So
I don't want to go out and breathe that Corona air out there.
Oh
No,
yeah.
but I'll check it out.
This mic's fucked.
Big Kahuna says, by not self-quarantining, you are in the room. in the room with 100 people.
I went to Taco Bell. Like me and Lauren, when we first got together, we're going to Taco Bell like 3 to 5 times a week for some reason.
God.
And
No
just because
wonder
we
you
loved
can't
it so
lose
much,
weight.
but we don't really go anymore. Like we've probably been to Taco Bell like 2-3 times in the past 2-3 months. So like once a month.
Yeah.
And
wow, that's big.
I
His
just went there.
numbers are way off.
Yeah,
No, it's true. It's
They
true.
always are.
I stop by and get the girl. I'll get a Fritos burrito, which is $1, and it's real small. And the girls some cheesy roll-ups because they love them a little bit. I'll do that kind of often, but
kind of often,
like once every 2 weeks.
Full of shit.
It's accurate. I've
It's
tracked
so full of
it.
shit
It's
with
been
all the
tracked.
stuff. He started this like
I've got a
yesterday.
calendar.
Yeah,
I write it
yeah.
on the calendar when I go to Taco Bell.
He hasn't been to Taco Bell one day. Yesterday. This whole
I
story's
did go
about
yesterday because that's why I'm thinking about it. But I'm just going because I'm like, while it's still open, I gotta go because we sit around the house all day after we bought $1,000 worth of food, and what are we gonna do? We're just mowing through that shit. Like that's all we do is sit around the house and eat. I'm like, we gotta get some to-go food so we don't eat through all of our supplies before anything even goes down.
Right? I was thinking that too.
That's true.
People
See,
have
if
to
you
keep going
don't
back
know-
to the store to refresh.
You don't know when it's going down.
Mm-hmm. Brandon says, "Oh damn, a customer's pulling in, fucking asshole." Everybody that is at a business or works where customers come in, you know that feeling. God damn it! I almost, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking.
What are you coming in here for? I'll see people getting out of their car. And I've learned to judge people whether they're coming into the shop or going into Farm Bureau. And I'm like, okay, they look like they're going in to pay their Farm Bureau.
I guarantee you got that down.
Yeah.
That's all I would do.
They're the type of person that would come to Farm Bureau to pay their bill. Yep. They don't send it through the mail. They drive here.
So even when you own your own business and you're making money from a customer coming in, you still don't want them to come in, right?
Occasionally. If you got it's like, I was
fuck.
just getting ready to eat my lunch.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, they're going to come in here and want some
And spend
goddamn
some money.
flowers.
Goddamn flowers.
And I'm going to have to stand here and make an arrangement for 15 minutes.
Just heated it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
totally forgot what I was going to say.
I still don't think
I had it written down and now I can't even find it.
Food trucks aren't worth it, right? Like, I think there was a small time where you could get a food truck and make bank. But now everybody was just like, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a food truck.
I don't see a ton of them, but I don't go where they might be going.
None
still
of them
feel
are at my house. I don't know.
I haven't seen any come down the road.
No, but you go to any event and there's like 15 to 100 food trucks parked outside.
Okay, but I have yet to, other than the one in Reno that had the
only food trucks you've seen in 15 years.
Coco Vaughn. That was good.
That was really good.
That was the best.
I even
shit
made
I had.
some after we got back from
Yeah,
that. Was pretty good. But I have yet to have decent food from a food truck, so I still keep thinking Trace could open a food truck, and I could help him for a while, you know, with some food and stuff.
I don't need nothing except for paperwork. That's what I need done. I was always
doing that. I'm over that shit.
Right? I can't handle
Look
that.
at your mom volunteering to run a business
No,
with Trace. The worst
I
experience you
know,
could possibly
it would be,
imagine.
'cause it would
be great.
be a mess inside there. Look at that table out there. I just went out there.
This is all you brought all this stuff out here. You
I
brought
know.
every single. There's not one thing that I brought out here. This is none of my stuff. You brought me crackers. You brought me water. You brought me a bowl of thing. She brought me sour cream. She brought me. She was just like, just in case you want to dip your crackers, here's some sour cream. There's an ashtray already set up out of here.
I did not.
Gloves, a face mask.
I did that.
Wipes.
Shut up.
I don't know what this newspaper is for. Is that to set my mic on? Is
No,
what
that was to set your paper on to write, so you wouldn't.
Napkins.
I didn't bring him the water. I didn't bring him the ashtray. I brought him the gloves and the mask in case because when he first got her, he came barging right in the house. I'm like,
That's defeating
And
the
I
point.
wiped out. I know it. I wiped off the handles. I said, get.
I was out here for quite
See,
a while before I
that's
was like, I gotta poo.
That's the same thing Weston did to me, right? You try to be nice to these kids, and they throw you under the bus.
You just called me out on having a bunch of shit all over my table, and if you brought me all the shit, I gotta defend myself. That's not
all around you was a bunch of trash, like you just trashing up the place.
Where on the ground?
Yes, and on the chair, there's a bag of empty.
There's a bag
crackers
empty.
that-
One bag empty chips. I don't see
One
anything
bag
else.
empty chips. Is he?
One bag empty chip.
All right.
Never. I will never bring. Don't ask me for anything
She brought
else.
me a blanket.
It was cold.
A pox blanket.
It was cold this morning.
Oh, make sure you burn that thing.
Are you? How come you don't have that jacket off?
Oh,
Isn't
it's
it
hot. Yeah, oh, thank you.
I gotta tell him to take his jacket off so he doesn't.
So much better. My bacon shirt.
It's like 80,
Yeah, his bacon shirt.
It's like 80. Let's wait. Move to one side so we can
to
see better.
Move to your left.
There you go, like that. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Either way.
See, he's got. He had Rainbow Rick from Rainbow Engraving make him a shirt with bacon coming out the pocket.
That's his.
That's
his
Tracy's.
idea. All right.
It's not catching on.
Neither is horses are stupid. That's mine. Today's Mike's stupid T-shirt is horses.
Hashtag horses are
stupid. I'm gonna look up that hashtag today and see if anyone else believes. And then I'm gonna super serve that community and sell them T-shirts.
Brandon said that
we're picking the wrong communities. There's a very slim horse community out there. I don't know anybody else who owns horses in Wesley Chapel.
And most of them don't think they're stupid.
Well,
smart horse.
We have 3 neighbors all around us right now that own horses. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm talking about like my friends. I never had a friend.
Yeah, we live
had horses.
We live in a horse community kind of deal. Jay Waka Flocka says, "I have a bacon shirt. I wear mine on the weekends."
Yep, one of Trace's bacon shirts.
I kind of like it.
How many did you sell? Like 3?
Yeah, and they wear them proud.
Yeah, we just didn't. You kind of like gave up on it. You didn't promote it much.
No, he didn't.
As soon as he got it, he dropped it.
I mean, I went out to like a couple stores and I was expecting to everybody. I don't know why. I was just expecting everybody to be like, "Oh, that's so fucking cool. Where did I get that shirt?" But nobody did it. I was like, "How is everybody ignoring?"
You gotta
this?
wear it more. You don't wear it that much.
I
It's been in
don't.
the bottom
I'm
of a
gonna start.
basket for a while.
I'm gonna wear it all day today and go all around town.
You gotta hike
He's gonna
the
go
bacon shirt, man.
pick up Corona all
Super
around
spreading
town
it.
today.
I mean, we got to keep track of all our ideas. Ducks have claws. I mean, we got so many ideas.
Not a good one.
Have you seen the artwork?
Actually, I've a couple people.
Did you see the artwork?
I saw it, and a couple people walked by that artwork that had no idea about it. And were like, "Ducks? Well, they do got claws."
See, that's
all you're looking for is people to go, "What?"
I think that's the kind of I think those kind of T-shirts are good because people look at them, they go, "What?" And then they're like, "Yeah." What does that mean? You know, I kind of like those kind of.
That's more of like a experience that everybody's had, at least in Florida. Like you go pick up a duck and then you get the fuck scratched out of you, and you're like, "Oh shit, duck's got claws."
Yeah, I've been scratched by a duck that I didn't. I didn't know when I went to pick it up. I was like, and then I got all scratched up. I was like, "Duck's got claws."
I mean, mine was like a medium duck, like between being a baby and a full-grown duck. And it fucked my. I mean, I was a medium person at the time.
Yeah.
I was like between being an adult and a kid.
Yeah.
And I was just scraped from. Oh, my forearms are just tore up, bleeding everywhere.
They got some claws. Ducks got claws, man.
Uncut Meat and Mandingo says, "I would never eat out of a food truck or trailer. I've worked on them, and I can tell you there are no regulations. They're so fucking nasty." See, because I would think
Imagine
that
Trace's
people
food truck.
that get food trucks are people that don't want to work, and they think they can I'll just drive around and cook food, man.
That's Trace.
Yeah.
I'll sleep late, make my own hour.
See, Trace would make good food, but it
Trace's
might
early
not clean it
afternoon
up.
food truck.
He might not clean it up very well. And that's where I would have to help
The
by
bacon
making
boss.
sure that he put stuff back in the fridge and stuff like that.
The bacon boss, yeah, Trace.
I was at a event in Tampa, and I think me and Tuttle were walking back, and the bacon boss guy, the bacon actual boss, was walking with us, and we started asking him a couple questions about the bacon truck he's got, and he did not seem like he enjoyed running it at all. He was just like, "It's a fucking nightmare."
Really? Why, I wonder?
I don't think
He
he
just
lives there anymore.
all the permits he's got to get and all the stuff
Really?
and all
Permits?
I mean, all these events you got to pay to park your food truck there, and you got to make, hope you make enough money to pay just for your permit and pay for your food.
See, I wouldn't even want to go to events. I would just
Post up.
You could just go, park somewhere daily where people come out for lunch, and if you're consistent, and you got good food, they'll always come out and get it. Like, oh, I got to get that today because it was so good.
I think
because a lot of ones that I've had a few things from, they're just not that good of food.
No, I've not been that
eh.
impressed. I bet if as a food truck now, if you just went out to neighborhoods and just parked right there, people would be fucking
drive through a neighborhood. Just drive through like the ice cream man.
You just park and then you drive a little bit more.
You're wasting gas.
And everybody's the food truck's here. The food truck's
and they
here.
got really good food. See, that's what I figure because, like I said, most of them, they probably don't even know how to cook. They're just making like French fries, and which people do want. You got to have French fries no matter what. I think people do want French fries. But
Trace's teriyaki bacon and your fried chicken. You got to limit it. It's got to be small.
Good sandwiches.
Mashed taters. No, you got to specialize in a food truck. Mashed taters, fried chicken, maybe corn on the cob, turkey, and the Szechuan turkey.
The Szechuan turkey bacon. That's not gonna. What are you gonna do? How much does that cost to make? What are you gonna sell it for? You don't want more than 3 pieces of it. It gets old after that.
Well, I don't know. What if you sold it for $2 a piece? So $6. I guarantee you, a pack of bacon ain't $6, and you've already made it with 3 pieces.
You've had to buy a grill that's run on propane because you're a food truck. You use $2 of gas, propane, and food by the time you're done with that, right? You're not making any money.
Yeah, but there's other stuff.
What are you making,
you're
6
cooking.
cents?
But you're making fried chicken
that's
and mashed
true.
taters and corn on the cob and chocolate cake
There's
with your homemade icing, a slice as well. You sell those, which you can make beforehand.
Food truck in Webster. Just post it up.
Huh. Pine Tree Conspiracy, 100 bits. I never heard that name of
Pine Tree Conspiracy said he's glad to see Trace back as well.
It's a 6-month subscriber. Pine Tree Conspiracy.
What's his conspiracy about pine trees?
I don't know.
I've never heard of a pine tree conspiracy.
Please read it if you post it.
Okay. Can you even see your computer?
It died.
Oh, I told you.
Well,
plug it in.
Hey, but this, I didn't even think of this, and Donna thought of it. She's like, "Why don't we put Trace on the front porch with a table and a microphone?" And I was like, "Holy shit, how easy is that?" And so it's worked out really well. It's worked out fantastically.
He's Corona Trace. Give him fucking space. Cause he's Corona Trace.
He's the poster boy for millennials in Corona.
Ricky Smalls. You would go out of business faster than the Trump College. Please just drop the food truck idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's why we hadn't done it. We just like talking about it.
Yeah, I always tell.
I'd have to be real motivated.
Donna's been trying to convince me that we need to open up a little cafe or restaurant for years, and I'm like, Donna, no,
It's not that bad if you're the owner.
So much work.
Once you get it going and you got if you can find reliable workers, you ain't
never
got to come in.
That's it. You're done. What did you say?
Reliable workers.
You can't. Not, in this day and age, you ain't finding any reliable workers. It's not happening.
But you almost don't even have to if you're just trying to make a couple $100 like a week or something.
Just a couple $100. You know how many bills you got when you're a small business, buddy? You got to make a shit ton of money just to break even.
I mean, the owner of the Beef O'Brady's I used to work at, she was always there, like 4 days a week, and I was like, but she didn't. I worked at another beef that the owners, I had never seen the owners. Like, nobody ever came in. There was just a manager.
But then they had a good manager or not?
There was like 6 of them while I was there. I was one at one point, like for a week. They made me like just like kind of the manager while they were looking for a new one. Like I was the kitchen manager and they didn't have a manager, and they were just like, oh, well, I guess Trace is the manager for a couple of days until we find a new manager.
How'd you do?
I mean, I knew how to do it. I was way harder of a worker back then. Like I was like, it was more exciting. I was more, I went.
He was younger.
Yeah, I was younger, and I was 19, and I found a way to move out of my parents' house, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And I tried real hard to pay my own bills and do my own thing because I loved it so much.
He was banking, but he
was banking.
Just blew it all, every penny.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you do. Well,
I was 19 to 22. Like, I'm
saying.
blowing that shit. Oh, man.
I would have had a good time. Not quite like Trace does, but I would have had a good time. But I would have saved money. I would have had thousands in the bank.
Ricky Smalls says, and then he got high, and then he got high, and then he got high.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy had a brilliant song idea. That made him like famous. Everybody,
Afro
you
Cracker?
know who Afro Man is.
Afro Man, I mean.
Everybody knows who Afro Man is.
Yep, everybody knows that song.
I was gonna go to work,
and then I got high. Yep, everybody
That
knows
gave
it.
potheads a real bad name there.
It's not a motivational drug.
It's not.
I was gonna pay my child support.
Then I got high.
No, you wasn't. There's some guy in the background. It's like, no, you wasn't.
Yeah, that's the best part. I'll finish the show with the Apocalypse Ned. Not leaving right now. We're not leaving right now. I'm just saying that. I'm going to finish the show with the new Apocalypse Ned.
I thought that's what you were saying already as soon as you said that.
But here, I got a couple
Is there
Zob
mosquitoes out there?
Oh, I've been getting eaten up
the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah.
During the,
See?
why didn't you take some spray or
Yeah.
something?
I got blood all over my hands from smacking them.
I wish you'd have told me.
I don't
See,
like bug spray. I don't fuck with bug
You
spray.
should not. That now you know why you had that jacket on. Just keeping the mosquitoes away
Weston
from
had
you.
said, he told me that when we said we'll put Trace out there during the bar show, and Weston said he's going to get eaten up by mosquitoes. And I said, well, we could put the tent.
I ain't worried about it. Just
He ain't worried about it.
No, you will be.
Yeah, they'll eat
because
you
they
alive
will
at
just
night,
be.
man.
That's all you'll be doing.
am I doing it out here at night sometime? Bar show.
The bar show.
I thought weren't we doing that on the other side of the house?
No, that's contaminated. Bar's contaminated.
That's right beside us, though.
What's right
Oh,
beside
we were
us?
thinking you could go
I was
out,
thinking I'd be in the other room.
out back. You could go.
Out, she said something about being out back.
You mean on the patio?
Yeah, for the bar show.
That's only if we were actually at the bar, but we'd have to go out and clean
We'd have
everything.
to go clean everything from the
What is it contaminated with?
Weston.
millennial Corona.
You're still letting him inside?
He's
Not this
over
not this
there.
part of the house.
That's why we're not. That's why.
Are you living over here? You don't sleep over there now?
Well, I mean, it's not like
You guys are really doing a half-ass quarantine.
Not really.
For me, sitting out here having to do the show outside, you're really half-assing the rest of it.
No, we're not. We're not coming in contact with him.
like
Half
we
of
don't
the
yeah,
battle is
yeah.
coming in contact with someone.
But yeah,
You ain't touching no doorknobs.
I
we should
don't
probably
go
move-
in there
We should probably
and
move
touch
into
the
Berlin's
doorknobs.
room.
And if I do, I take the Clorox wipes with me and I touch the doorknobs with the Clorox wipes and I throw them right away. I'm doing better than
We
most.
got it.
Well, I
We
mean,
got
now
it,
that
Trace.
I've actually thought about
I
it,
don't need you calling me out on
No,
it
no,
because
no.
I'm doing much better and I'm not
Just
we're
making
not
a
coming
joke.
in contact with them. So you better shut up or I'm going to come out there and bash your fucking head with a baseball
that's
bat.
not quarantine appropriate.
Every
No, but I couldn't do it out on the patio now that I was thinking about it because we don't have headphones. So how would I fucking know what you guys were saying?
right? I didn't think about that either.
We'll do the tin can and the string deal.
That don't work, does it?
No.
Well, we did the bar show from in here last week.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
but
so
the
you'll
only
be out
thing
there
is,
getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
I said we could put the tent up and put some sides on it. That would really help.
He's not.
Look at him.
He's scoffing at.
Put a light in there, and it'd be just like him being in a room. Because I have a thing that goes on a tent that goes in the back. That's like a, and then we could just put sheets on the side.
That's a hassle.
and he'd be
That's
good.
a giant hassle. How about he wears
Not
like
really.
a rubber suit from head to toe with
Or
just a
that.
face cut out, and then we can put some bug spray on your face and
Wow.
you'll be fine. I think we need to do that. Actually, I got that Macho Man suit. I don't think mosquitoes could break through that. You could use the Macho Man suit, the pants and the shirt.
But Weston's just allowed to frolic through the house after he goes to work.
He's not allowed to come in this side of the house.
I mean, I'm pretty much quarantined. I've been to in the past 2 weeks. How
He is
long's it
not.
been? How long's it been since we were supposed to be quarantined?
You just did a show with a bunch of people.
You mean the Trump
With a couple
15-day
people the other
social
day.
distancing?
Well, they don't really leave the house either.
They don't have jobs.
Or be around.
Well, I mean, they may not have it, so you may all of you may not have it. You're right.
Who knows?
But
it's a crapshoot. It's
works,
just starting out.
He does work on like the lines.
Well, then he's been around
the
people.
power lines. So he's the only guy that's left the house.
Oh, he's tainted with 5G. He's tainted with 5G.
That's right.
He's a goner.
5G. I don't even know what 5G is. I tried to explain it the other day, and then I realized that I looked at my phone and I don't got 5G. I got 3G. So I don't know if that's similar. I don't know.
No, 5G is the one that kills you. That kills you.
I don't think
that's
so.
what they say. They say it kills you.
See, but where can we put other people if we do
the
the bar show? Like, could we put Berlin or Weston or Brandon anywhere?
We need,
what can we do?
One person would be for sure would be good. We needed at least one more person. Whoever. Well, I mean, if you move Trace over, let's see. Nah, that's a pretty.
Who's gonna want to sit at a table with me?
No, we're saying like if you could spread each other out. Like,
I mean, all of you are out and about. You know, you're out and about. Brandon's out and about. Berlin's out and about. And Weston's out and about. But
nobody wants to be next to Corona Trace though.
But any of them could have it and spread it to the other, right? Although they're young. They're not being around older people. I don't know.
We'll have to figure out what to do.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I just started looking at videos on YouTube about how to do it. You know how people do, like they'll put it like how ours looks with each person in a corner, but they're doing it from different locations.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out how to do that. Then we could do it because we could do it from here. A couple people could be out at the bar. One could be out here. So we could have 5 people, 5 or 6 people who, you know, Berlin and Weston could be in there. I don't know.
No,
I'm the only person I know.
I think that would work if we just got to figure it out.
This one, we got it down. We got 3 people at least right here.
This is fine.
Now, if we could just figure out how to do the cameras, like introduce other people onto the show, onto our stream in a corner, we could do it.
I'm the only person I know that can't get internet. Like, it's not an option at my house. Like, you can't, there's no cable. Like, we can't have cable.
Because
there's no,
too far out in the boonies.
Yeah. But we can get Dish.
Ricky Small says, what if it rains? Well, that's covered. It's a covered, you know, there's about 6 feet of covered front porch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be totally cool right there.
Got a roof on it.
Ooh.
All right, so we're gonna do the bar show. We just have not figured out how we're gonna do it, and at least it'll be 3 people, but we're gonna try to get up to at least 5 people.
Sean Raz has Skype.
And
yeah,
you can Skype, but you just need to Skype onto what? You gotta Skype it onto our Twitch feed.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
we have to figure that out.
It's got to be pretty easy to do.
So we'll figure that out.
We used to Skype people in on Buds and Suds.
What?
See, even Buds and Suds can do it. Even Buds and Suds
when
can
did you
do
do
it.
that?
Matt Major.
Huh.
We used to Skype him in sometimes.
Really? I didn't know that.
Did he set it up for you or tell you how to do it?
I think he mainly set it up, and we just had to like okay it on our part. Like he'd send stuff to the computer, and we just hit like okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. He really turned on us. I don't know why.
Yeah,
he was. I mean, he was friends with us. We never did one thing to him. Never, ever.
He turned on you guys. I don't think he turned on me.
Oh yeah, he was like really bad mouthing Mike. I don't know if he was. You know, he could have been one that was told lies. You know, they're all told lies. They, you know, anytime someone just didn't like us for no reason at all. It's like, well, he was told that Manson said something bad about him or something, which was never true.
I did remember he did say something bad about me one time, and I called him out. Like, I was like, "Fuck you! I promoted your fucking show every fucking day for two fucking years." Every day Skyped you in and fucking promoted your show after Buds and Suds.
Yeah, but
you're going to fucking be a dick to me? He's like, oh, just kidding. It's all jokes. I was like, whatever.
No. But the liar would always say, you know, who knows what he told him. He just make something up and say, oh, well, Manson said that you're a fucking ass. You know, that kind of thing. And which was never one word or 1 ounce of truth to any of it. But that has to be.
Yeah, that's why I was so
All there was
I
to
was
it.
so amazed. I was dumbfounded that people would believe someone they know is the world's biggest liar
Mhm.
over someone who's not ever shown to be a
Yeah.
liar. It's just bizarre. It was
When
like-
was Manson ever called out on being a liar and a cheat and a jerk? Never. He was always said the voice of reason, the only honest person on this show, that kind of stuff. And then people would believe when the liar would tell him stuff. It's like he never said anything about you ever.
It's like, yeah, I mean, what do you like Rush Limbaugh ditto heads? I mean, those, if you're a ditto head, like if you believe everything that someone says, especially someone who's a proven liar, then I don't know, there's something wrong with you.
I mean, we never did anything to Matt Major. He was even trying to he was sending us stuff about how to set up our podcast and all
everything, yeah.
that, helping out, and then he just started, all of a sudden one day I was like, wow, look at Matt Major's like bad mouthing us and bad mouthing you and saying you suck and you're a piece of shit. That kind of, I mean, he was really bad mouthing, and it's like, what the hell did we ever do to him?
I know. It's like, yeah,
so it has to be that he just lied to him and said, who knows what? Who knows what?
Consider the source.
Yeah.
Consider the fucking source. All right, I'm getting powerful hungry. Hungry.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up. We'll do the brand new Apocalypse Ned, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at what time tomorrow morning?
8.
8. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. What time tomorrow? We'll figure it out.
8.
We'll figure it out.
I got you to 7:30 today.
I like that.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Let's see, we get the Apocalypse Ned, and thanks for tuning in. That was a fun show. We appreciate it. Good to have Trace back.
Mitch says I thought today was Wednesday already.
I know. Time flies when your country's getting shut down with coronavirus. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Penny
Thanks
Lane,
for tuning
thank
in.
you.
Penny Lane, 100 bits.
Woo! See you, Ned's Navy. 25's big ass nose.
And we shall see you.
Estro, Rakoju.
See you
I
tomorrow.
always say that wrong.
Okay, Fizz Ive.
Rakujo. I always say Rakoju for some reason.
You're dyslexic. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
It's time once again for Apocalypse Ned.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
It was another miserable day in the Vietnam heat. I was high on Chinese mescaline, which is American mescaline diluted with the urine of Chinese dissidents. It'll blow your fucking mind.
In this dirty old part of the city.
I wandered away from my platoon into the jungle to get some shade. The sounds of the jungle were intense. I fell face down into the cool, wet jungle floor. I was immediately transported to another dimension where space and time didn't seem to exist. Only Chinese mescaline. I saw God. He was blowing a donkey. I fell into the abyss, falling faster and faster, only to be passed by several Acapulco cliff divers on peyote. Suddenly, I was blindsided by something massive. My eyes desperately tried to tell my brain that it was a large tiger, weighing at least 800 pounds. But my brain said it was a wild Mustang that needed to be broken. With cat-like quickness, that, looking back, was probably a result of the Chinese mescaline being cut with Cambodian cocaine. I ripped my shirt off and mounted the beast.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, motherfucker!
I was instantaneously thrown off. I found myself lying on my back, face to face with a tiger in the dark recesses of the jungle. The tiger cried out. But it wasn't a cry of anger. It was a cry of pain. The tiger pointed down to his genitals. I went in for a closer examination. Oh, Lord. Turns out this tiger had a series of deep gashes on its sexual organs. I'd seen this before. Poachers hunting tigers for their penises. So Chinese men with small dicks can eat tiger penis soup and get imaginary bigger erections. I grabbed my medic kit and dressed his wounds.
It's all right, boy.
I told him I was surprised how big a tiger cock was. He sprayed urine on me to mark his territory. I stitched up the last gash. He threw up a giant hairball in my lap. The tiger stared at me. Was that gratitude or hunger? He lunged at me and grabbed me by the neck. Siegfried and Roy style. I prepared to die and shit my pants. In no particular order. Suddenly, the tiger dropped me. He then began chewing on the leaves of a small tree. He motioned to me with his snout to join him. I crawled over and started ravenously eating the leaves. I was about to trip balls with a man-eating tiger.
Hello, sailor.
Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole.
I woke up 3 days later, nearly mummified in a cocoon of tiger semen. The tiger was still out cold. I grabbed my Bowie knife and gutted him with one stroke. I later traded a nearby village 300 pounds of tiger steaks for a 3-month supply of Chinese mescaline. I still have that tiger's penis too, frozen in the freezer like a popsicle. Sometimes I make my wife give it a couple licks. Are we still on? Let him.
This is the end, beautiful friend.